convinced. You all convinced Governor William Phipps, governor slash head member of Oyer and Terminer, basically the courts of Salem, that that there's some pandemic, there's something going on. We're from England, and this shit is happening. And this lady, we believe she is wrongly accused of witchcraft, and there's something else that afflicts her. You convinced him, and you were able to get into the lower parts of the courthouse, which is just a little holding cell area. And
what do you guys think? That's the plan we should execute.
Make her look dead?
Make her look dead. This lady gain time. They don't hang her, kill her, or anything like that while we try to clear her name.
This is one elaborate display you guys are putting on here.
It could work, I suppose.
I mean,
I don't know.
how many ghosts are there?
Who knows? Yeah, I have seen that.
Remember, it's all about clearing his name kind of thing, too. It's not just about he's been accused of being a murderer and all that stuff, too, right? Am I remembering it wrong?
I think so.
Never mind. Let's just move on.
Yeah, so...
Different train of thought here.
just as a reminder, you're going to hear a little knock on the wooden door, just as a reminder that, hey, you guys almost done in there? Remember, there's a guard posted out the door, so that's just a reminder that the guard had let them in, and basically it's locked off, so you have to let them know when you're finished in here.
Yeah, let's take this elsewhere. I think our job, if you guys don't object over here, is done. The questions that let's just go find a better place where we can discuss what our next move is going to be. My suggestion is we go talk to the daughters and the slave, because I think there's a foul play at hand over there too, because this all started happening as soon as she started to hang out with the daughters too.
Yeah, sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
So on the way, as we're walking down to Samuel Paris's house with the slave and everything else, we'll continue talking about what's going on with our plans, I guess. I would suggest. Walk and talk. Let's do what Aaron Sorkin loves doing the best.
Now, Samuel Paris's building, you could ask around town, but if you were to ask around town, say, which one is the Reverend's house? He would pretty much tell you, well, it's the nice one over there. It's the slightly bigger one. It's still not enough. It's still probably not big enough for what he has, but compared to everybody else, he's much better off.
Also, does Samuel Paris know we're in town? We haven't met him yet, have we?
No, you haven't met him yet.
So we need somebody from the courthouse to add credibility to our claim that we walk up to him and give him our crazy story. If you don't have anybody backing it up, he's not going to trust us. Or a letter or something.
Yeah, we could ask for like a letter of
or somebody
reference or
comes with us.
something. Yeah.
And ask for a letter, anything that gives us the credibility that we need to conduct our business.
Okay, now the day is nearing on dusk, so it's kind of like there's like a quarter moon up in the air, and it's very kind of yellowish and cloudy. It's not quite nighttime, but it's almost like a harvesty kind of an October feeling going on. You know, like kind of yellowish clouds with the moonlight setting in, but it's not pitch black. But at this time, you'd assume that. Now, you know church runs from 6 in the morning till noon. So you know he's definitely not in church, and there are no trials going on today. Everything's happening tomorrow. So it's safe to assume he would probably be in his dwelling.
Okay, is it proper etiquette to visit him in his dwelling at this late night and in those times, or do we have to wait for the morning?
Given the circumstances, no, and there's no real... he has many people. He's got plenty of beggars. He's actually known to be quite generous in the sense that he's helped a lot of the street urchins. You know, he gets a lot of knocks on his door, people begging for food. And he's known to be pretty generous, though he's a little snide about it, you know?
Yeah.
So are we getting our escort or letter for credibility, or what's going on with that, too?
You want to go see the governor for that, right?
Yeah.
Well,
Right,
the governor would probably give you one, seeing as you agreed to take part in the trials. You're technically part of the jury, so you're
we're just asking for a little proof of credibility.
So this is what I propose, guys. We go do the interviews and everything else. As soon as we're done, we start brainstorming and coming up with a plan to bring in the medication we need to bring in and the makeup we need to bring in to make Lisa Hall look dead from the pandemic that we're talking about, so we can transfer her. One thing I'm worried about, though, they might try to burn her, though, because you don't want the thing to spread and all that stuff.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of too. They might still try and burn the body afterwards.
This is true.
Oh, but remember, Con, when you mentioned burning to the governor, his reaction was, because it's illegal. It's like, well, that's been illegal in English law for about 150 years now.
So we're talking about if we pose Lisa Hall as being dead from the pandemic and spread the disease, right?
Yeah.
Body disease from spreading. We're going to try to prevent that from happening too. That's a hitch to our plan.
Okay.
That's what I'm talking about. Not the witch trial burnings, but I'm talking about the fact that if we say that she's suffering from something that might spread and kill everybody else, the only solution is to burn her. So we don't want her to be burned. That's the part of the plan that we need to brainstorm on and come up with a way to...
Okay. Well, I'll let you... Okay, yes. So walking down... Well, if you want to go to the governor, we could say you were talking about this, and you give a little knock on the door, let the guard know you want to get out.
Yep.
Yeah.
So right upstairs, you can assume at least William Phipps will be there. There's no council in session, so he will still be residing there.
Who wants to be the mouthpiece of the group?
You do.
Why? I'm perfectly okay with you guys taking over. I don't mind.
You got the master plan right now. I'm agreeing with it. I think.
All right, I'll step up to the plate.
I'm still personally convinced that this is a elaborate, like, Renaissance fair type thing that you guys are putting on, but I'm finally at the point that I'm starting to enjoy it, so I'm just going with it.
He's like, fuck it.
It's like, you know what? Whatever. I needed a night off.
I might as well enjoy it, right?
Yeah, and like I said, I needed a night off. This looks like fun. Sure, I'll play along with you guys. Whatever.
It's LARPing greatness, dude. This is LARPing at its best.
You know what? You guys are crazy, but whatever. I can go for it.
Okay, Mr. Phibbs, we conducted our initial interview and medical checkup of the patient, and there's two of you now. What's up with that?
He's cloning himself.
Yep.
Oh.
Okay, so that kind of distracted me down there, but
sorry. I think no. I don't know. It kicked me out and refreshed me. I'll just leave it like
why
this.
don't you bring another character in then?
Yeah.
And a player at the same time.
The Chris clone.
I thought about that. Well, I mean, that's what NPCs are for, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, I don't think ST playing a PC is never a good thing.
No.
Not usually.
Conflict of interest, big time. Mr. Phibbs, in order for us to continue with our research, we need to check the Samuel Paris's daughters and see what's going on too. But we were talking about it between ourselves, and then we realized we need some sort of accreditation to go up and show up at his doorstep to let him know that we actually are going to be asking a few questions to him and his daughters and everything else. He doesn't know us from Adam, so we were wondering if you can give us a letter to help us in that effect, so we can go down there with official capacity and have a chat with the gentleman.
All right. Well, absolutely. I have need. It's almost mandatory at this point that you show up to the trials and present your information. So if you need written consent, I'm sure Mr. Paris will be more than Reverend Paris will be more than happy to meet you and have your audience. So here's a little written consent. I won't put it as a court. I'll address it from the as governor of Massachusetts and present it to the Reverend. I'm sure he'll be inclined, and even if he isn't, he's not legally. He doesn't have the legal right to reject because it's signed. It's signed by the governor, so he doesn't. He has no say in that.
Good to know.
Thank you so much for all your consideration. Also, another thing that I'm curious about, the questions that we asked our subject and the information that we found out from her and everything else seems a little bit hokey to me in the sense that all these issues started happening when you guys started to having problems with the theocratic approach of Samuel Paris versus more secular angle that you have on how the state of Massachusetts should be run.
Yes, well, we follow very strictly English law here, but we're kind of to a more extreme. We claim we are Puritan. The way things work. The way things work here are that. Whoa.
What's going on, dude?
The way things work here are we follow the Word of God. The Word of God. If you were to confess,
that sound in the background is.
Is it me?
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Thank you.
I don't know what it was. Now the practices here, it's all by rule of God. Pure soul, pure thoughts. Witchcraft is heavily frowned upon, and if there is any indication that it is prominent in our great little town community that we have here, it is taken care of, and we have a set of rules that we go by. Though they may seem extreme, they are.
I'm here.
Me too.
Has been seem to be a little extreme as of late, and well, then again, it's very possible that witchcraft is brewed in his own home. Though he did seem to be mentioning the devil a lot beforehand. He's doubled our congregation, though. He's quite the charismatic man. If there's anybody,
Wait, the Reverend mentioned the devil a lot?
Oh, lately, yes. Oh, he is a reverend by definition. He is the textbook definition of a reverend in Puritan society. He doubled our congregation, and yes, he has been mentioning the devil. It has put some people at unease, causing them to not attend church. And
in what context is he bringing this up?
oh, on the context that, well, he fears that we might suffer outside influences. Now we do have a lot of problems with the Native Americans. We're surrounded by reserves and all kinds of settlements, and he believes that their spirit beliefs could be affecting the society. So
but they're cursing you?
He believes that yes, that is definitely it is definitely a possibility, and Samuel Paris believes this completely.
Interesting.
We've had raids from the natives. The Aboriginals have raided us, but his fear is more towards their spirituality. It causes great conflict, and he fears that if we were to let he fears that there's always the possibility of being surrounded by such spirituality that it might affect us, and we are the light at the top of the hill, that we're trying to spread this Puritan and belief, and we have to go and be as extreme as we can, and Samuel Paris seems to be the man to do it.
He doesn't want to be corrupted by those influences. The platform that he is.
Absolutely not. The way his church is run is it's extremely strict, and more so than any English run church. This is Puritan society. This is a whole different degree, and Samuel Paris is basically, he's maybe to enforce, but he's trying to let everybody know the dangers, the influence that the devil has upon us are all around us.
We should definitely speak to him then.
Yep, let's have a conversation. Thank you for all your help.
Yes, thank you. You have been wonderful.
Looking forward to the trial tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, that's
What-
about it in a nutshell.
Before we move on, what about the idea of the LARP handle? When you're speaking out of game, why don't you raise a finger or something like that so it doesn't interrupt with the role-playing flow and all that? You know what I mean? Sometimes
Gotcha.
you confuse your in-game or out of game.
Yeah,
Out of game, raise a hand like this.
Yeah, I've seen where you like twist your fingers like this. Like
Yeah, or something.
this means OOC, you know, out of character.
Yeah. LARPing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It confused.
Yeah.
I don't know when somebody's role-playing or talking out of game. So
Yeah,
let's use
let's.
this as an identity.
So what? OOC?
Yeah, yeah.
Why?
Out of
Just raise your
character,
hand, dude.
yeah.
It doesn't have to be anything elaborate. So,
Okay.
Basically what I just said is pretty much all in character. I'm not big on putting on voices, but I'll
Yeah.
No, I'm just saying for future reference. I didn't
Yeah,
I'll go like this. OOC.
me too. Yeah.
say cool beans. So let's walk and talk more, guys. This is turning into
All
this.
right.
I love it.
Man, am I glad we didn't live back in this time. People
Okay,
are
guys.
crazy about religion.
It's coming together even more in my head right now. I have a feeling Samuel Paris is possibly trying to set up a proto-inquisition in this place, and he's trying to galvanize the population so there could only be one dogma. What he needs to do is to find that smoking gun in regards to them trying to influence in their spiritual ways to bring the devil into their society, and the persecution will only start if he can prove that these guys, the paganistic beliefs and everything else, is turning them into devil, and then he can go and start his cleansing whatever way he pleases to assimilate the masses into whatever belief system that he wants them to follow.
Well, sure. I mean, if you are the only one that can determine who's working against you, then you hold all the power.
Exactly.
Yeah, this sounds like it's a lot more about power than it is about spirituality.
Exactly. He's basically trying to get people riled up and then give him something to hate, and then control hate to hone him in on whatever he wants. Give him ability to give masses direction is what he's going for right now.
Right. If he creates a little bit of chaos, and then he's the only one who can fix it and get them out of it.
Exactly. He's
Yeah.
the shepherd.
Right. All right, well, let's talk to this guy.
Yeah, let's have a conversation with the maniac.
Okay. Assuming you know where he lives, he's actually at the kind of the forefront, the complete opposite of where you started. You started back in the pastures near the farmlands. He's kind of in the forefront. He's like the second house on the left, let's say, and it's a nice looking. Ooh, it's a
Just a reminder, we have the piece, right? I told you from the last time you're taking that piece just in case, because there might be some.
Which piece?
Happening. The 38 revolver. Remember?
Yes.
We
Yes.
have it
Do
on
I?
us.
I'm still holding on to that, right?
Okay, good.
Oh,
Yeah.
and another thing. Last I knew, he who shall not be named had hold of that amulet.
Oh fuck.
Shall that just transfer into my possession?
Yes.
Yes, I thought about this last night. I thought about this last
Yeah,
night,
I
and I
did
said,
too.
if anybody has it, it would be Steve, because between the two of you, you were basically the ones checking it out the most.
Yeah,
So,
and we were together when we were at the hospital. When it got
Yeah.
into our possession, it was just the two of us. So I figured,
Which
we'll
reminds
say,
me.
we'll say you pickpocketed it.
okay,
Which reminds me, Evan.
yes.
I'm
Finger.
kind of no, this is in game.
Oh, even better.
I kind of fumble around my pocket. Someone had something for you before I came into this whole little parade you guys are putting on. Here, I hand him a letter.
Okay.
Someone was waiting at the pub for you.
Do you recognize them?
I never saw him before. Did they say who they were with, or did I just know that out of game?
He was.
Did he show me his credentials?
Yes, he did, and he said he was. Steve would know who he was. He works for the FBI.
Yeah. He said he worked for the FBI and that you would know who he was.
Okay.
And he left this for me. So here you go.
Okay.
And I hand him the letter.
He helped investigate. He helped investigate a case.
Oh,
fraud.
okay.
Yeah. And shoot, what was it? Ah, dang it.
Put it up on Google Docs. Haha.
Wahahaha.
Well, that's why I had screen share ready.
Okay.
Oh, no, you gotta be careful with privacy, though. You gotta ask Evan if he wants us to be able to read it or not.
Well, you know, I mean, if you see it, that's not a big deal.
Just
Now-
separate the auto game from in-game.
Now, it's a very nicely written letter. It's kind of just sealed with a little small hemp rope, and it just says Mr. Marks on it. It's written in red, not in blood. Very, I would say very nicely handwritten, but the letter
Okay.
within isn't very nicely handwritten, so, because I wrote it. Now,
We'll just pretend.
Now, keep in mind, I wrote this a while ago, but I
Okay.
still think it to make sense. But opening it up, yeah, you can see just this letter. Oops. This letter. Oh God, is it backwards?
No, it's right on our side. Let me.
Yeah, it always mirrors your own screen.
How do I close in on that? Oh,
All
there
you have to do, yeah, you just click on his picture to keep his up.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll scroll down a bit.
Yeah, please.
What the shit is this?
Are we reading this too, or is it just is just Evan reading it?
Yeah, is it
Evans-
only Evan reading it, or are we reading it too?
Evan's the only one who can open it, but for the sake, I had to screen share it. I can't do it
Okay,
any
so
other
we
way.
don't
So.
see it right now. It's all up to Evan
Yeah.
to share it or not.
Yeah.
Yes.
Gotcha.
All right. I'll just spend a few minutes as we're walking, reading that and watching, and then just fold it back up and put it in my pocket.
Okay. Well, whoops. As you read this, but also what catches your attention, much like when you open a birthday card and $20 bill falls out,
Uh huh.
there's this card that falls out with it.
Okay.
Did that? What the hell?
Well, we see the call fall off too, probably, right?
Yeah, or it slides and he catches it, but there's... Why isn't it... Hold on, let me just...
I see a card.
Oh, there we go.
Now
Yeah.
I see you.
We
Yeah,
see
okay.
We saw the card, dude.
Yeah. Cool. All right.
Yeah. Now, yes, it makes sense to you, possibly, but it might be very confusing at the same time.
Yeah. I'll just flip the card around. I'll show them that at least. I'm. Ooh, Baldur's Gate. I like that game.
I got them all.
Yeah, I'll flip the card around. This was in there. I'm not sure exactly what they mean by that or
Weird.
why that was included.
I'm gonna respect his privacy, and I'm not gonna push the issue, so I'll just move on.
Yeah, but back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Good, I got that out of the way, so maybe you're feeling a little uneasy, Evan, about it, but...
Yeah, just a little bit.
Is it clear that he's startled, or is he trying to keep his composure? That's the question.
Well, let's see. What can I roll?
Resolve plus composure.
Yeah.
Yep, and then versus my empathy plus wits to see if you are startled or not.
All right,
Yeah.
go for it.
Yeah.
Not an instant contested.
All right, I rolled 2 successes.
Yep, you're perfectly okay. I rolled one.
Okay.
Didn't phase you, not even a bit.
So far, I've kept the straight face. Got the
Oh wait,
poker
hold
face
on. I
on.
rolled less dice than I should have. Sorry, give me 1 second.
Okay.
Unless I roll a 10, you got it. Nope, you're good.
All right. Cool.
Shakes it off.
Yeah. Dirt off the shoulder.
No, he didn't phase me at all. From my perception, he's like, okay, nothing changed. Life goes on.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, I'll interrupt you guys when it's needed, but until then...
Okay, so we are questioning Samuel Paris, and then as we're talking, as we're walking, let's try to get our hands on the material on the other side and bring it over here to set up our little floor here.
Yeah.
Wait, what were we trying to do? Get stuff from...
Pharmaceuticals?
What's that?
Okay, would pharmaceuticals be science or medicine?
I think medicine.
Generally.
Who knows about pharmaceuticals over here? You're looking for a specific pharmaceutical.
I got nothing.
Ouch.
I never really looked at the medicine side of things.
I know some of the basics. What are you looking for?
You know, I keep hearing about this thing that like makes people look dead for a time being, right?
Chris, can I roll just on the... I only have a intelligence and medicine would be like 3. Want me to roll just to see?
You can burn willpower to get 3 extra dice too.
What do you say, Chris?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I'll burn some willpower. I got plenty.
Can't stop you from rolling.
Yeah, but just want to make sure it's something that's legit that I could know.
I'm my old man.
I got 2 successes.
Okay. Well, definitely, you know of now. See, the thing is, I don't know what this is.
Don't
So
worry
we
about
have,
it.
we
Yeah.
have to Google it or something. But
Okay, I'll Google it right now. Perfect.
but it's safe to say that Edison's character, off the top of his head, would be like, "Yeah, I'm familiar with this."
I know there's this weird, I remember, I'd know the name if I looked it up. But there was something, yeah, that can make you seem dead for a while. I've read about it before. Why? So we're thinking about, how are we going to get that?
Hold on. Auto game, I'm Googling. Go on.
Well, one of us could possibly step back through the portal. I mean, we're guessing it. Time runs along the same.
No, it's much slower here than it is, or vice versa. Time works differently on different
Oh,
sides.
Yeah,
does.
it goes slightly
Sorry,
faster
Matt.
on the other side.
It is
Okay.
to our advantage, though. On
Yeah,
the
that
other
would-
side, we have pretty much forever in the present day, so we
Yeah.
can take forever to get back here and pick up where we left off.
Right.
So,
Okay.
I imagine whatever we're trying to get our hands on is going to be a prescription drug that we need to get from a doctor, right?
Yeah, I imagine it would be, if I remember right.
I mean, guys, this is an elaborate scheme. If you have any smarter, faster, more practical things, just feel free to chime in. This is the only one I could come up with.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. I'm not getting the impression these trials are going to be all that fair. So, chances are just trying to present, maybe hoax up some evidence in her favor probably wouldn't get us very far. Because it seems like this reverend has this town under tight lock.
Yeah. I mean, so far it does anyway.
I think we won't really know for sure what we're supposed to do until we talk to him.
Okay, so what are the facts of the case? We know from the timeline that we're coming from the future, we know she's going to die. And more than likely,
We
let's find out
assume
what
anyway.
date is it today? What exact date is it today, right now?
You're unsure.
Fuck. Is there, do they have a local...
But didn't they mention something about church or something like that? Do they do that every day back here, or do they just do that special Sundays?
Every day, 6 hours a day.
That sucks.
What the fuck do they do every day, 6 hours a day?
Church.
Church? Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's in game too. That is what I'm saying.
So,
You're sitting in a very confined space, about 200 people sitting in a shack listening to one guy for 6 hours.
Yeah.
wow. Talking about fundamentalists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so that's not really an option to figure out the days.
Okay, first thing we need to do is know where we are coming from and where we're going, and for us to do that, we need to know exactly what date it is today in 1692.
I mean,
That's what
right.
we find.
You could find it out. Yeah, you could ask somebody and they would tell you. I'm just saying.
People are walking by, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Good sir, sorry to bother you, but I have a quick question for you. What exact date is it today? What year, what day?
Well, odd that you're not sure, but it. Hold on. Look at the diary entries here. We do keep track of the dates somewhat. It is May 28th, 1692.
Shit. Do I need to do academics roll to recall what exact date Lisa got executed or whatever happened to her when she died?
Yeah. Give me an academics roll on that.
Okay. You guys can roll too, you know.
Yeah, why not? I'll give it a shot.
Holy shit! I got this one.
What?
3 successes.
I rolled 2 10s.
I got 3 successes here.
I think we got the answer.
Yeah.
Oh, and I rolled another 10.
Well, Steve gets 5. I can elaborate.
So I got 4.
Okay.
Okay.
Good. Thank God you stopped there.
Well, you all just chime in. You're like, oh, May 28th. This is guys. May 31st. Yeah, 3 days.
Okay, that's
She was
even
hung
better
3
because
days.
that gives us even more time to set up our plan. So we don't have to rush.
No, not necessarily.
So in 3 days, we need to get the pharmaceutical that we're looking for, the drug or whatever that is, the chemical, chemical, whatever it is, and then bring it in here, apply it to her, make it look like it, and then come up with a way to
Be right back.
from burning her.
Yeah. So that should give us a decent amount of time to be able to acquire what we need on the other side.
Yep. I'm not worried about that right now. I think we're good. I think we got that covered because that's infinite time in the present, and 3 days over here is almost like infinity times whatever, which is going to be good for us.
Yeah. I think so.
Yeah, it's true, Steve. Basically, what happened was when Edison came in, I think you guys were standing there for about 10 minutes, and Edison was gone for like 3 hours. So that's the difference.
Oh, okay.
3 hours. Yeah.
Okay.
3 hours in present time is like 10 minutes. In this, it's the way it's been going.
Right. 3 hours and 92 is a couple minutes in 1692.
Pretty much, yeah.
Exactly.
What I miss?
Okay.
Oh, actually, you didn't miss anything. I was just telling Steve because it's true he wasn't there. I told him how basically you were gone for a couple hours before you came back in the mirror, and about 10 minutes passed. So that's kind of the relation of the way time seems to be working here.
Yeah.
On to Samuel Paris then.
Sorry.
On to Samuel Paris then, guys.
Yep. Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. I'm still the mouthpiece.
Sure. I'll back you. I'll back you up.
Yeah,
I'll be
for
here
right
to-
now, I suppose so.
Yeah.
Feel free to step on my foot or anything if I'm eating my shoes or something. Just
Yeah.
You got it. We'll keep you in line.
We can always do this if we want to make an in-character comment.
Yeah.
Out of character. We can say that.
No, I mean, you don't need to say you're in character. Just be in character. When you're out of character, you just go like this.
Yeah.
Sure.
Okay, so proceeding to Samuel Paris's house.
Yes. Now, walking by, now you've probably asked around. You're like, where exactly does the Reverend live? Now, you're pretty sure you come to it, but it kind of no perception checks needed here. You're hearing like yelling and screaming like this guy's. It's like he's a man trying to discipline rowdy girls.
Oh boy.
That
Like,
doesn't
it's
sound
just he's just frantic and yelling, and he sounds like he's reading verses from the Bible.
Oh
And
boy.
you can hear this from his little chant. It doesn't muffle sound very well, and you can hear it. You're like, well, there's something going on in that house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's definitely from the Reverend's house.
Oh yeah, that's the one that you've if you were to ask around, and just judging by the fact that he's probably better off than others in this town, you're like, yeah, it's the nicest of the slightly bigger one.
Okay,
So,
let's go
it's coming from there.
Let's go knock on Puritan Bin Laden's door.
Sounds good.
Okay, so knocking on his head. Man comes up, very tall, kind of,
Bin Laden?
he's well built. He's wearing one of those black caps around, and you see him. He's got this Bible open,
No, I said that.
You said Mr. In-game, you said Mr. Bin Laden.
Oh, sorry, Mr. Paris. My bad.
Oh.
Oh, yes.
Bin Laden was a friend at that point. 1992.
No, this is 1692.
Yeah, but in 1992,
Oh,
we
never
still
mind.
thought he was a good guy.
Okay. Whoever is the big bad guy you're hunting, Saddam. Mr.
Tall. So yeah, this tall man, just he's pretty tall. He's still lanky, but he's got the Bible in his hand, and he hears Mr. Paris, and he looks up. Yes, begging for food.
No.
Actually, we are here to have a conversation about the recent developments. Here's a letter from the governor, and we are asked to be witnesses at the trials that are going to be taking place tomorrow and on, and we are instructed to do a thorough investigation into the recent developments. And we are here to have hopefully a very productive conversation with you over the matters in hand.
Oh, well, yes. Then come in. Don't mind the girls. Clearly, there's something wrong with them. But he invites you in, and you can see that it's like one big room. There's a fireplace, there's some haystacks, and there's one bed, and there's about 5 people living there.
Forgive my manners.
Who are the other people?
Well, you have... there's 4 people living there. There's Samuel Paris, there's 2 girls, and there's his slave.
Guys, quickly come up with alternative 1692 names. I have one. I don't remember it right now.
Oh, I can tell you all their names if you need.
No, I'm talking about our fake names. 1692 names. Come up with names. I'm getting ready to introduce you.
Jonathan Smith.
Benjamin Franklin.
Alright, this is Jonathan Smith, and this is Benjamin Franklin, and I am Ezekiel Charming.
Yes, and what does this concern exactly? But he wait.
Uh-oh.
He's gonna come back. He's lagging. He's skipping.
He's
Now-
cloned himself.
He cloned
Now,
himself.
This I see happen with Scott all the time. Whenever I'm in games, he pops up as 2 screens every once in a while. I think it's something to do with hosting. It's like, you know, when you watch a video, it says "we'll be right back." I think it's like the pause or something. And
Yeah.
It kicks me out, but it keeps the broadcast going. So it automatically refreshes me by itself. So.
Weird.
That's weird.
So yes, the Reverend invites you in, though he doesn't look very pleased. He's obviously he's got those rowdy girls, and you could see them. They're on their chair, on these chairs. They're rocking. They're just kind of doing somersaults. They're rolling on the floor.
Do they look like beaten and scared, or do they look like rowdy, or what?
Not beaten. They don't seem to be in any. They don't seem to have been harmed or beaten or anything.
Okay.
And he's turning around, and everybody's like, "Shut up, quiet," you know. And he just can't seem to get a handle on them. But he's like, as you can see, I'm quite busy now. If you'd like to come in. But you know, as you well know, we have issues here.
Oh, I would also like to share with you what we brought from Old Country as well, as far as news that you probably aren't aware of as of now. We come from the same town one of the cities accused is from in the Old Country, and she, before she arrived over here, was suspected of having a disease that might be contagious. So the reason why we're here is to track her down, to make sure that it doesn't spread over here and become a issue that cannot be handled.
Okay, well, now this with my daughters has been going on for a few days. I've already had a medical professional come in, and he himself could not diagnose it. Said it is clearly witchcraft.
Well, if you don't mind, to be on the safe side, we would like to spend some time with them and see if there's any additional information that we can provide you with. Maybe it could help you down the road as well, or all of us in that case.
Well, seeing as you have a letter from the governor himself, I do not object. I assume you'll be present at the trials, and of course you will have to present your evidence. So do come in, and if you could have words with them, I've managed to get some out of them, and it's given me some insight.
What have they told you?
Oh, they clearly say that they're suffering from witchcraft, and they've accused my slave woman, and this does not surprise me. They've been spending much too much time. I have caught them in little rituals of her voodoo magic, whatever she does. And it's clear to me, ever since I've spotted this, I've scolded them to no end, and now this starts happening.
Interesting.
They did not hesitate to blame the slave woman, and, well, as far as I'm concerned, she's prime suspect.
True, but this disease that we're talking about, it has had the effect of hallucinations and irrationality, possibly, associated with it.
Yes, I've heard of some older things that have happened. Now we've had this issue is recorded in history, which is why we deal with this as we do. It's there's a whole almost 200, 300 years ago now. We've dealt with this in the motherland, and there was issues with playing issues as well.
There was issues
Now,
with what?
if
You broke up.
There was issues with disease, but there were also issues of witchcraft. We've established a set of rules of how to deal with it, though perhaps a disease, if you could somehow prove this, if you could, then, well, all the power to you. Though he doesn't seem very pleased.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't seem very pleased.
This thing is being so stupid. I'm here. I'm back.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's weird.
Well, I just told him that hallucinations and irrationality were part and parcel with the disease, and he's like, yeah, whatever. But you can't prove it.
Yeah, it doesn't fit his agenda, so...
Yeah.
I am insulted that witchcraft is brewed within my lovely home, and well, I won't stand against it. My daughters admit they have admitted themselves guilty of witchcraft. I suspect my slave will if she knows what's good for her. The way we work here, if you at least plead guilty, you may have a chance to live. You are in the hands of God.
Excuse me, Reverend.
Yes.
May I ask a personal favor of you, in the hopes of diagnosing Elizabeth Howe? We believe, as my associate here has mentioned, that hallucinations are sometimes a trait with this particular strand of the disease that we believe she has. Would you be willing to let us speak with your daughters for a while to hear their accounts of the witchcraft they believe they were part of, so that we might be able to see if the contagion might have spread to them?
I already asked that, and he said yes.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Oh well, I didn't end up elaborating on it, but I will do that now. Yes, if you must speak with them, I cannot leave them unattended, though. I will have to remain witness. If you care to speak with them, I have to make sure you're not trying to convince them otherwise. They have already pleaded, and they are basically the center of this right now. They are the ones determining. They are the main witnesses in this jury. They have pleaded guilty, and they are willing, and they've already pointed out many accusers, many afflicted, without hesitation.
All right.
We suspected it was witchcraft. They admitted it was, and they are willing. So do not put any foul thoughts in their minds.
Exactly. When about did your daughters started accusing people of this affliction and started to claim that they are possessed and everything else? When exactly did this begin to happen?
This was merely days ago. Two nights ago, I believe.
Could you tell me what other developments that happened within the town as far as the relationships with the council and everything else goes? Was there any big changes afoot that could stress them into acting out the way that they are right now? Was there something detrimental happening to your church? Could it be a psychological defense mechanism to make sure that your holy presence is not tarnished?
I'm not worried about my presence. I've doubled the congregation in the last 3 years since I've been here. There are those outsiders. There are roughly 500 people in this village, and at least half of them attend church. We have many outsiders, and they remain as that. And I've lost many. I've come to realize that we don't have as many devout people as we thought. As soon as this arose, and yes, they are to stand trial too.
Could you repeat like the last 10 seconds of what you said, because we lost you?
Yeah.
Why does this keep happening?
Technology.
Do I have something open I should close? I don't know.
You know what? Everybody close every other tab you have. Just stick with the Google Hangouts to make it run smoothly. I'm closing everything right now except Google Hangouts.
What am I hosting?
Me too.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Okay. We've had, as I said, I've doubled this congregation. I'm not worried about tarnishing my reputation, though we have had some who have broken out of their beliefs. This is a very prominent, witchcraft is extremely prominent in here, and he kind of licks his finger and reads from the Bible. Exodus 22:18. Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. We cannot allow them the chance to spread this spirituality, this old, dead religion through our pure community that we've established. We've made this clear, and there have been some who have walked out of church, a couple, and we believe them to being witches. Though I'm not worried about. I have many who still follow strictly along with the beliefs and who are willing to make this new world a pure and clean, better place.
So no other big events occurred around the time your daughter started acting out in the political landscape of the reality that we exist in?
Well, once it was clear, they did not hesitate. We have a list of 9 women as it is, including 1 man, actually. They pointed it out. These people, these witches, so we are to believe, are partly due. My daughters are innocent. They have fallen victim to the devil through these people. They are dealing with the devil, and my daughters have been involved against their will. They are scared and did not hesitate to point out those who possibly afflicted them, whether in their dreams or in reality. other than that, politically, there's just been a lot of finger pointing since.
Shall we proceed with the diagnosis of children?
Yes. Yeah.
I was just going to suggest that.
Well, the Reverend sits down, lays the Bible on his lap, and just looks intently. Now, the girls, it seemed when the Reverends stopped paying attention to their buffoonery, they seem to have calmed down a little bit. They're just kind of rocking, and they're making little weird twitchy movements with their head, and they still seem really odd, but they're still attentive.
I'm gonna try to come across as sincere as I could be to suit them. You know what I mean? I'm gonna try to show genuine concern in my dealings with them. So it doesn't look like that we are grilling them or anything.
Okay.
Same here.
Yep. We're gonna handle them with kid gloves, pretty much. Yep.
Okay. Well, I mean, as soon as the shouting, the Reverend becomes calm, and he's listening. The girls kind of they look at you strangely, and they're just wondering, well.
Is Tutuba there too, the slave girl?
No, the slave is not there. Tituba is not there, no.
Mr. Paris, where would the slave in question be?
The slave in question should be in her quarters in the back. There's a small room she may be resting, though. She must remain in the building as well. She is a prime suspect. The girls have accused her, and I've felt nothing but nervousness from Tituba, though I probably made a big mistake bringing her back from the Caribbean.
With your permission, may I examine your daughters?
You may examine them if you wish.
Okay, I'm gonna slowly, carefully try to hold the hands of one of them. What are their names? What are the daughters' names, anyways?
Betty Paris, and Betty Paris is his daughter, and his niece is Oh my God! Why did I forget it? Betty Paris and Abigail Williams.
Okay.
Okay.
Betty, my name is Zeke, and I'm here to help you. Somebody's typing very furiously.
Just
now,
putting down the names.
Betty is much younger than the other one, visibly at least 4 years younger than Abigail. Now she's just kind of, if you holding her hand, you know she's just kind of like acting weird. You know, she's just kind of like flailing her arm, and it's like she's having a fit.
Examine her body. Will she let me check her body and all that stuff, kind of thing? Like, see her arms, and I want to see as much skin as possible to see if there's any lesions, any marks of physical abuse, any of those possibilities, anything that is out of the ordinary as far as her body is concerned.
Okay, give me a perception roll.
It's plus resolve, right?
You'll be
What's plus composure,
it's
generally?
plus composure, yeah. Now you'll be able to calm her, but you'll have to use both your arms. You're just gonna have to keep her in place.
It's plus composure. Two successes.
Okay. Now you look, and she's got. You check her back. You check her arms. Other than maybe a small little rash from you trying to hold the arm still, there's nothing out of place. Maybe a bruise or so on her knee, but it looked like as if a bruise just from falling, or possibly, you know, rolling. The way they've been acting, it's easily they could have bruised themselves. But lesions, anything like that, no. Though there's a little she's got a birthmark though on her back, and it looks a little irritated.
Irritated birthmark?
Yeah, like it's been punctured.
What?
Okay.
Okay, question. I have my occult. Can I drop that filter on my lens and look at it from that perspective? Would my occult help me recall anything on this?
Yes, it will.
I'm gonna go around and grab a Kleenex.
Okay.
So roll intelligence plus occult, or
Intelligence plus occult, yes.
holy shit. Feel free to accompany me, guys.
What's that?
If you have occult, go for it.
Yeah, I'm the skeptic, so...
Here we go. It's gonna suck if I fail this. A success.
One success.
Yeah.
Now you're looking at this and you're like, oh, I've read something about this. I believe this is one of the tests that they do when trying to determine if someone is a witch. Something about a witch's teat.
Okay, so the question is, does this mean she has a witch's teeth, or did they puncture a teeth on her?
What this is basically it's a birthmark, but one of by English law through the history of dealing with this is they've determined that if you were to puncture, now this is a birthmark really, but it's considered a possible witch's teeth. It's kind of where the affliction begins.
Okay.
And if you poke this teat, and the person feels or bleeds, then they are not a witch. But if you poke it and it does not bleed or they do not feel it, that is a way of determining that they are a witch.
Okay.
Okay. I'm not relaying this to them right now. That's the afterwards conversation. But I'm going to check Abigail as well. Same calm approach. I'm here to help you. Do I need to do anything, or is it the same process? I don't need to roll anything, right? It's going to be come up same, or is there something else that I might pick up on? So.
Well, just give me another perception roll.
Okay. Two successes.
Okay. Now, from this, you look at her, and again, nothing. You notice she has an aggravated birthmark, but it's on her her arm, like on the inner part of the arm.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing though, but there's she has like a nail scratch from her arm that it caused it to bleed. It was a little aggravated, and it was not from anything that you've done. By she is a little bit she's more calm than the other one, just due to the fact that she's a little bit older. So.
And then there's been talk about voodoo, right? Do I see anything that might be related to, through my occult understanding, a connection between the two that I can try to see?
You can attempt to make an occult roll for that.
There we go. Bugger. Nothing.
There's nothing that is standing out to you other than a small little scratch on her arm, and then on the same arm that the her teat is, and it's also been aggravated. And the Reverend himself notices, you know, that you're checking this out. It's like, yes, this is part of determining.
So they did not bleed in the process?
They did not. No reaction out of them whatsoever.
So you puncture their witch's teeth, and no blood came out of it.
No, so clearly the devil's involved. And the fact that they themselves pled guilty and accused many. There are, as I said, many that they accused of influencing them, namely my slave woman.
And who witnessed this event of puncturing?
This was done before the whole court system.
Okay, and who were the people present when the procedure was carried out?
We had, at the time, we only had 5 of the accused. Now, two of them being my daughter and niece here.
And Tutuba, the slave.
Tituba was not present at the time. There was a lady a beggar lady by the name of Sarah Good, and I've given her food many times, and I swear she's cursed me, walking away.
Mr. Paris, it was you, your daughters, and who else?
Sarah Good. Sarah Good, a woman by the name of Sarah Osborne. And these were the original on the last trial, and this is when it was determined.
No councilman?
No blood, no.
Just you and the accused, is what you're saying.
Yes, and the whole jury and the court system and townspeople.
Okay, hold on. This was done in front of the jury and the court and townspeople?
As decreed by English law.
Okay, so the procedure was carried out in front of many witnesses, and they did not bleed.
They did not bleed.
Question. If they didn't bleed then, would that mean they would not bleed now?
I would argue so, yes. Though such a thing must be performed in front of a court system with the proper jury panel.
Okay, let's ask you this. What would it mean if they did not bleed back then, and if they were to bleed tomorrow during the trial? Would that counter affect the original accusation of them being witches, or what kind of a outcome would that yield if they started bleeding from their witches' teeth?
Well, I don't see that as... I would see that as very off, though. Probably some kind of a devil's trick, though. I suppose it'd have to be ruled out, but we still have the fact that they admit to being witches.
Okay, good to know. Betty, so, are you okay to talk to us? Can we ask you a couple of questions? Are you with us?
She's looking at you, but she's just kind of rocking her head back. But she's looking at you.
Do you remember any of the events that led to you meeting the devil?
Well, no, the devil. No, I mean I've never met him. He's a scary man. But Tituba knows. She showed us all kinds of little tricks.
Amy heard the door slam.
She never mentioned the devil, but she's she showed us all kinds of tricks, and then we started feeling really not good.
Could you describe one of the tricks that Tituba showed you?
Yeah.
Well, she took a glass that had no water in it, and with a candlelight, she made water appear. She filled up the glass, and it was really neat, and she could tell our futures by...
Here comes a second clone.
He's multiplying.
There he is.
God, that is so fucking annoying. Sorry. Yeah. It does. I can't stop it. She made a glass fill up with water, and it was empty. And she would spin these little metal pieces around that she had in her pocket, and she would tell our futures. And she would always talk about her childhood. She was a happy little girl, and their whole family did neat things like this.
Can you do any tricks yourself?
No, I don't know anything.
Does Abigail know any tricks?
Probably not. We just like to watch a lot.
Then, question I have is, we are trying to get to the specifics of the accusation over here, and it all comes down to the slave girl being the one who initiated all these activities that are seen nefarious by the believers, like ourselves. And
Right.
from what I gather, your daughters are only guilty of alteration.
Well, my daughters started acting they're sweet little girls. They help me around the house all the time. And this began to happen. I would try and speak the verses, the word of God, and they would just roll around and not listen and scream and do all kinds of out-of-place things. And this started happening after I caught them dealing with the slave. They were doing some kind of odd magic that clearly is not welcome in this house. And then I asked them about it. The doctor, we had a local doctor come from just north, and he could not diagnose anything. And he said it might be witchcraft. I confronted the girls about it, and they said it was Tituba. She's been showing us things like this. It seems clear enough to me.
Okay, let me ask you this. So, as far as I can gather, you are telling us that you witnessed your daughters conducting a ritual of Tutuba, right?
They were doing something odd with small animate objects. It's certainly wasn't a cross.
Okay. My follow-up question on that is going to be this. Have you seen any of the other accused carry out the same ritual deeds, or do other accused have any witnesses that come forward to claim, except your daughters, that they have carried out witchcraft?
Oh, well, we suspect there are many who do not go to church, and that those who are accused of witchcraft are banned. We've had many accusations in the past that those who do not go to church are... It's a sign. It's clearly a sign. But the girls themselves, we had them as witness on the stand, and when we tried to testify against other accused, it was as if they were controlling my daughters. And that's when I knew. They would act funny depending on how the witness acted. And you could tell they were nervous.
Okay.
And eventually some of them broke down and admitted to being witches.
Couldn't it be that your daughters are just scared?
Could it be my daughters are scared? Well, certainly they are, and I believe they have good reason. They are victims of some kind of a misused ritual, an odd belief, and it must be eradicated.
Well, or could it be that they were doing something that they knew they weren't supposed to do, and they, instead of admitting to it, they're scared of telling you, and so they blamed it on some outside source, and the slave woman was obviously the easiest one to blame.
Well, I suppose that's a good way of looking at it. But how my daughters react, I find fairly odd. And why they would admit to being witches, knowing that they would be cast out of this town, is beyond me.
Well, you just said yourself, if you admit to being a witch, you have a chance of coming out of this because it's in God's hands. But if they deny it, then they're obviously going to be labeled a witch because they're denying it, and either put on trial the way these people are, or banished.
Most definitely, if you plead guilty, there is a chance.
So you're just saying right there, if you plead guilty, you have a chance. If you plead not guilty, you don't.
Well, those who pled not guilty, those who deny the accusations, we will put them through thorough tests, and we have lots of evidence, including a new kind that has been allowed by the governor, called spectral evidence. A lot of the girls have been claimed to have been attacked in their dreams.
Yes, but only they can see dreams. Correct.
Indeed. And
So how is this allowed? Spectral evidence, if only they can see it.
normally it is always on the back burner, if you will, of the law of how we go about it. Though it is an effective means, and the way the girls react in the presence of the accused is certainly not right.
Well, I have no doubt, but could they not have all colluded together to come up with this way of acting?
A conspiracy in my pure town by the ones
Yes.
in my church.
Yes.
Anything is possible, Reverend.
Yes, well, we'll let the trials decide that, though.
Remember, Reverend, sometimes the devil works in the most mysterious of ways, the most deceitful ways, hiding under the guise of those you trust. Does that not seem like the best way, the surest way, to deceive the faithful?
Perhaps the devil is threatened by my success.
Perhaps.
He seems reassured. He seems reassured in this, and you kind of petted his ego a bit, and maybe there's a lot more to it, though. Though the evidence to this man is clear as day, though he's not unwilling to look into the details. But the way things have been going have been very odd.
Let me summarize what we discussed so far, so there's no issues or confusion when the trial proceeds tomorrow. One aspect of our discussion was the fact that if we are to pierce the witch's teeth of the accused again, they should not plead. The situation that took place previously should hold.
Right.
Okay, that's good to know.
Out of character?
No, I'm in character.
Okay.
I'm just having a conversation.
Well, yes, certainly. It's been done once before, and I assume if it's done once again, it shall prove to be just as effective evidence. Now, normally we don't employ such odd techniques, though. When it comes to something such as Obscurus witchcraft, we have to allow all methods to be used.
And there are transcriptions and the records of the court proceedings and other tests that you have conducted on the accused, I'm assuming.
Absolutely. In fact, just along the Gallows Hill, we're still conducting. There are many other, the swimming ritual. Now, a witch, water is so pure that if something so evil were to be put within it, it would float if it was evil. We conducted this on some of the accused and are continuing to do so. We dunked them in a sort of a trebuchet, and we've noticed that everybody has been rejected. They all float. Now this, by English law, this is also a clear indication.
Interesting.
So if they float, they're accused? Is that what you're saying?
If they float, they're witches.
Well, is it possible for us to examine the slave girl as well?
The slave girl, yes. Absolutely.
Gentlemen, do you have any further questions? Or shall we proceed?
I believe we should let the Reverend's daughters get the rest that they, I'm sure, greatly need.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't that right, Reverend?
Oh yes, they have quite a day tomorrow. Unfortunately, they won't be attending church. That goes for many people. But it's just, they are hereby banished, and so they shall remain here guarded until the trials. But they still, nonetheless, have a big day tomorrow, as they are arguably the center of what's going on.
Thank you very much for your time, Trevor.
Yes, thank you.
If you'll excuse me, I must get my rest for tomorrow.
All right, we're gonna proceed to the slave lady.
Right. Now,
She's got her own quarters kind of outside in the back. It's almost
And
like
the,
a outhouse.
the Reverend's not following us there, right? We can speak to her directly.
He gives you permission.
Is he gonna be watching us? Is he gonna be observing the questioning of the slave girl?
He actually doesn't care that much.
Oh.
Good.
He doesn't seem like he can be bothered right now. In fact, she's just there. Even her slave duties have been revoked. Even her slave duties. She's being held there, and there's really nowhere else for her to go. She basically, he knows that if she were to run, go somewhere else, she'd most likely be killed.
Let's proceed to her then.
Yes, sounds good.
Let's do that.
Okay. So there's a little outhouse. Well, it's slightly bigger, but I mean, you can't even lie down comfortably. You literally have to crouch in there to get a good night's sleep. You're basically sleeping upright. Now, you can go ahead and knock on the door.
But she's not chained or anything?
No,
She's free to
the
do.
door's not locked.
She's free to
No.
do whatever she wants.
Oh yeah, but the Reverend's convinced that she wouldn't, because she's accused, and even if she were to go somewhere else, just given the nature that she's a Caribbean slave, that she'll most likely just be killed or
Okay.
you know, it's not a concern to him.
Yeah, she couldn't
As
really
far
get
as, you
too
know,
far in
she's-
town.
No.
Okay, so I'm gonna open the door. It's not locked or anything, is it? Okay, I'm looking for her.
You open the door and it's just small little, just a small little room. Oh, it's like the size of an outhouse, slightly bigger, and she's just there, crouched, like with her hands over her knees, and she's just like fear in her eyes.
How old is she?
She's probably in her 40s.
Holy shit, she's old. Tetsuba? My name is Zeke. These are my friends Jonathan
Yep.
and
Benjamin.
Benjamin Franklin. And we're here to help.
Yeah, she just gazes at you with fear. She's not really. She's just. She's at a loss. She's at a loss for words right now.
Does she look like she's been beaten, bruised? I'm gonna start examining her too. I'm gonna do my process.
Okay, you won't need to make a roll for that because she's got quite a set of bruises and scratches on her arms.
Is it like somebody beat her up, or is it like because of the fact that she's been flaying around and acting all crazy? Is it like scrapes, or is it like
This
bruises?
looks like she was harmed. Yeah, but they're very apparent. I mean, the way she's sitting with her arms, you can see it's just like scratches.
Yeah, definitely not uncommon for a slave, especially one in question.
Yeah.
Is there? She's not bleeding. Is there anything that is festered or any kind of critical development happening on her body as far as that's going to be detrimental to her health that we can help with?
No, there's nothing that's threatening her life. The blood seems to have coagulated, meaning it's dried up. It hasn't really been tended to, but there's nothing that seems to be harming her directly. It's just she looks like she's taken quite a beating, and a little bit recently, and then there's some whelps from over time. But there's nothing like she's got a big gash. It's nothing like that. It's just like physical abuse.
Did the Reverend do this to you?
And she's just looking. She's going like Mr. Paris. He owns me. If I don't do as he wishes, forms of punishment. Yes. He's not very happy with me, but the Reverend, yes, but don't tell him I told you.
I'm looking for a witch's teeth on her too.
Okay, that give me a perception on that.
Three successes.
Now looking, you could see she has a couple more bruises on the back of her legs. Scratches, bruises on her back, but there's no. She has birthmarks, but doesn't look like any of them have been tampered with.
Okay. This is odd, guys. She doesn't have any exposed witch's teeth that have been attempted to be punctured.
Not like the others.
Interesting. Right. What was the slave's name again?
Tituba.
Does she have anything? Is there anything occult in this room? I'm going to investigate the room. I'm going to turn it upside down if I need to.
Okay.
Wits investigation.
Yes.
Two successes.
Okay. Now, you look around. There's not much to tamper with. If you wanted to, you could check the hay beneath her. Get her out of the way. There's nothing odd about this place at all. It's just like it's just this little shack that, it looked like a very small tool shed, but it's where she sleeps.
So there's pretty much nothing voodoo in the shack.
No, there is nothing.
And there's anything on her body that I can see as I'm examining her?
No, like a tattoo or a marking or nothing like that. No, just besides the bruises. Now she's look at her. What do you want? What are you looking for?
I'm gonna kind of kneel down because she was kind of crouched down. You said, right?
Yeah. She's crouched down.
I'm gonna kind of kneel down on one knee and take your hand if I can and say, we need to ask you a few questions.
We need to examine you for a possible contagion. We're doctors from the old country.
You might be sick and you're not even realizing it.
And it's not the kind of sickness that they are telling you that you're suffering from. And it might even help us save you if we...
No. Nothing's wrong with me. Nothing's wrong with me. Just leave it alone.
May I ask you a question? One that I'm sure you've already been asked numerous times by now.
Okay.
The daughters of the Reverend claim that you perform tricks for them. Can you tell us about those tricks?
Well, they're just simple games that I used to play when I was a child. I dearly miss... No, she's not really speaking. I dearly miss my childhood, and I like to reminisce. And the girls, I get to spend so much time with them, and they help me get by and to remember my own childhood. And these are games that we play.
They claim that you made water appear out of an empty glass. Is that true?
I'm checking for lies. I'm reading her body language.
Okay. Are you making a roll for it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, the water in the glass, it's a trick. Okay. Now, there's nothing other than she's extremely nervous. There's no indication of something doesn't add up though. She seems very nervous. She doesn't seem to be lying per se, but she's very nervous.
Is she scared from
Oh,
somebody
yes.
else?
Yes.
Except the.
Yes. She's out. Now the trick with the water, it's an old trick, you know. The girls probably screwed the whole story up, but it's you take fire and you make water. You put water in a glass and you make it disappear with a napkin over it.
Mhm.
It's a simple trick. We used to call it it was like magic. In a sense, it's magic. It's merging your spirit with how the world works. But it's a child's game where I come from. They feel so threatened here about it.
Is it voodoo?
Some would call it voodoo, but voodoo is more magic to harm others. This is child's play.
So you haven't done any voodoo to harm Samuel's daughters.
I would never.
How honest is she on that one? Here comes the roll. 2 successes.
I would never do anything to harm the girls. And she seems to be telling the truth.
May I ask you a question?
Yes.
You seem to know these girls very well.
I spend my whole day with them.
What do you think is wrong with them right now? Why do you think they're acting so strangely?
She's starting to break down a little bit. I think there's something wrong, but I cannot tell you. But I promise I did not do anything to harm these girls.
Who are you scared of? You're not scared of Samuel. You're not scared of the daughters. You're scared of something else that you're not willing to divulge. Who are you scared of? If you want us to help them,
Give me a perception roll.
Which one of us?
All of you, if you like. Yeah, if I say perception, I mean assume that it's all of you.
Gotcha.
2 successes.
Was it?
Wits and composure.
That's what I thought.
2 successes.
0 successes.
Steve gets blown out of the shack. No,
Yeah.
no
I'm staring at a wall.
Oh, what's going on, guys?
Thomas and Simone, well, Simone particularly, as you are, I mean, you both noticed this, but Simone, as you're mentioning these names, when you say Samuel Paris, her eyes kind of dart, like, her eyes dart at the saying his name.
Interesting.
What do you know about Samuel that we don't know? I'm doing the pressure, the investigation coughing. I'm going to keep hitting her with rapid questions. You're not telling us something over here that could end the lives of innocent souls. Do you want to have that on your conscience? Do you want Samuel's daughters, the people that you claim to love, to die because you did not come forward with vital information?
Just please, I beg, just Samuel is. I am bound to him, and I cannot go behind his back. I cannot speak of anything.
You are about to be bound to the gallows, not to him.
How are you bound to him?
He owns me.
He owns you how? I mean,
Well, she's a slave.
I know, but it doesn't mean... Okay, that doesn't mean...
He doesn't own your thoughts.
He can know everything that is happening with you wherever you are. This is between us. Whatever you tell us, if we are to act upon it, is going to save lives and it won't ever come back to you.
Now I'm gonna need you guys to make, assuming you're all trying to convince her. It seems like it.
Right.
Top of my head, I need you guys to make like,
Persuasion rolls.
yeah, persuasion and
Manipulation or presence. I'm trying to do it with my homely, friendly vibe, I guess, if I could.
I would be more.
I would leave it up to you guys, however you want to do it.
And
Persuasion.
I'm going to burn a willpower on this one.
You
Yeah.
you can use a persuasion or a presence or a manipulation.
I'm definitely gonna go manipulation.
But before you roll, though, guys, or just hold your thoughts, I really need to pee.
Sure.
Oh, all right.
Sorry.
And I'm joining you, Con. I'm burning some willpower on this.
So, yeah, I think you're going to need it.
Yeah. We're getting
I already
close.
rolled. I got 2 successes, so
I'll roll now then.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. 3.
I have got 4. 1 short of an exceptional.
good man.
All right, I rolled 2 10s, so I'm
Roll
rolling those one again. All right, I ended up with 3 successes.
Yeah, I got the crap hit. Did you burn a willpower, Evan?
I did not burn the willpower.
I'll be right back.
on
I'm
that
gonna use this bathroom break too.
No retention on my crap. I got 2 successes. Thomas has 4. Evan has 3.
Yeah,
Okay, I'm gonna wait till Thomas is back.
yeah. You just gotta.
Off the record, though. This is getting a little interesting. So I'm.
Sorry if I was a bit distracted. Dinner was brought to me, so I was eating.
Oh no problem. No, I figured you guys had to eat or something because I
I've been eating all
realized.
this time.
Yeah, I might get up in a little bit and make myself something real quick, but I actually
Yeah.
have it ready. Yes.
It would. Yeah, it's 4 o'clock. Well, it's 6:30 here now, so it was dinner time.
Yeah, I figured. I was like, oh, that's why I really wanted to double check with you because I'm like, yeah, you're
Oh,
3
no,
hours behind.
No, that's fine.
All right.
Oh, Spence. Did you get my character sheet? I emailed it to you. You don't check your emails, do you?
No, I do. I'm very bad with my emails, but I did get it. Actually, I wanted to ask you: is it possible you could send me a bigger one though? Because they're all iPhone picture sizes.
And you can't blow it up?
No, I can't. I scroll in and it just becomes like really crappy pixels.
God
It just says sent from iPhone app. So I was like, okay, I could see where your dots are, but all the finer details, it's like, oh, he's got a. I'm like, oh, his skill specialty, but
And I also
can't read it,
think that the impression that I got from you was when we awaken, our whole templates can change because it's a different character that we could be possibly bringing from the past too to change our stats, right? I'm getting the feeling Thomas doesn't understand that. So just before we jump back in, to give you a heads up, Thomas, when you are doing your mage character template,
Yes.
from what I gather, correct me if I'm wrong, Spence, you have the opportunity to move your points around as you please.
Your merits.
Your merits.
Yeah.
Yeah, because the mage has a lot of different merits than.
Yeah. I thought about doing that. But
You know you
I,
can spend 3 merit points to get a gnosis point each and start with 3 gnosis, right?
yeah. I decided for now, just for character reasons, I'm gonna stick with the merits I have. I think they fit the character best for the time being.
Yeah, it's up to you. I just figured because we're technically pretty early on into the game and you guys only spend so much time as mortals. Hey, okay, take all your stats, everything as is, add the template, and part of adding the template is the fact that you have access to all these new merits. Okay, you still have your 7 merit dots and your experience points, and feel free to rearrange them if you want.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my email to you about me spending XP on occult needs to stay the same because I can't move around my abilities then.
Yeah, the abilities, the abilities and skills, I was like, no, those should, those should stay the same.
Okay, I need to send you my character sheet again then. Okay.
Oh crap! Sorry. Yeah, it was just the merit points because you have so much more open to you. But as for your actual
It's all good.
characters,
Don't worry.
okay, like you are as you are, but you're just adding that mage template to you, and you're allowed to say, "I'm part of an order" if you want. But we're gonna have to build that into story. But you can say on your character sheet, "I'm with an order," and so okay, well, we're gonna work that in, but we can say that you get the benefit
Right.
of the order.
Okay, so we cornered the old tiny slave lady.
Yes.
Yeah, all your rolls. Okay, so here's the interesting part now.
4, 2, and 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, so you all, it's like I can even say this is a combined effort, but even if it wasn't. Now the lady's so reluctant, and then she's just, the barrage, she's breaking down, and she starts to tear up. And he's forcing me. You can't say anything, but he is forcing me to do this. I have no choice.
To do what?
He has this book he carries around, and he beat me and read the book to me over and over until I knew exactly what to say.
What book?
It's some book, some old language, malice, something about. It's a book about how to deal with witches. It's
Okay,
some,
hold on.
Was it like the Malleus Maleficarum?
yes, I think that's
What
it.
is he making you do? Be more specific. What is he specifically making you do through this book? What has he gotten you to do?
He's told me how witchcraft works, and he's making me plead guilty that I am a witch.
What about his daughters? They're going to suffer from this too. He doesn't care?
Is he a witch?
His daughters, it's my fault. Or
Great. That's all we
it's my fault. He's making me, and I can't go against him. I fear my life more by his hands than through the hands of God. He read to me this book that I could not grasp because it's some British or some English book. It's not even anything I'm familiar with. The way they depict the devil, and I'm supposed to say something about a man, a tall man who made me sign the devil's book, and there was a list of names that I had to memorize, and they're the names of the ones who were accused, and he's making me do it. I have no choice.
Is there a list of these names that he has in his own handwriting?
Yes, he wrote them, and I'm unable to read, so he had to recite them to me, but I know he has it, and the book, he has it somewhere hidden, but nobody knows you're not supposed to know he has this book.
Is it in his house?
It's got to be.
Yeah, this is where he showed to me when everyone else was dealing with the trials and the accusations. He
made you, and what did he have you do with the book?
He told me what to say. He made me memorize exactly what he said so that I would know what to say at the trial.
So he's setting you up, but to protect who?
He's not protecting anybody. He's trying. It's a move on his part. It's a political move.
Yeah, he's trying to. This gives him power, being able to accuse these people.
He's building.
Gives him leverage over everybody else.
Yeah.
And I'm assuming we're kind of whispering this to each other, not like speaking openly in front of her.
Oh, no. I suppose I probably was. Yeah.
Yeah, we all
Being
were
prudent about that.
Yes.
That was only me.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't care. She's so beaten to submission that whatever we do in front of her, we can even talk about whatever we want to talk about. She's not going to care at this point.
Yeah.
I would probably still be cautious about
I'm
what
going
I'd say.
to look around if there's any other people, like, are we being watched, listened to? Is he taking, My paranoia is amplifying right now with this shit going on.
Here, if you want
to do a Wits resolve to see if there's anybody trying
play
to
with that. You can play with that one.
listen in our conversation, or is there anything? I'm going to actually step outside for a second to check to make sure that there's nothing funky going on, that we're actually really just her and us. Nobody's watching us.
You were outside. There's no way you could have fit in there anyways.
Yeah, this was a cramped place.
Okay, I'm going to look around to make sure there's nobody else listening or watching us or anything like that before we keep on going with this.
Oh well, there's not a lot going on outside actually. There, you could see there's a couple, maybe a woman sweeping her balcony, but it's it's getting time to basically get to bed though, for most people. So there's nobody right behind you. I'd let you make a wits and composure roll though if you want to make sure, all of you.
Well, I don't know if you're saying there's nothing, but I'll go for it.
Not at a quick look.
Nothing, anyways. I'm oblivious.
Well, you're not seeing anybody standing looming over you.
Okay, Tituba, we're gonna help you out. Just keep whatever exchange that we had over here to yourself. Don't say anything to anybody else about this. You understand?
I can't. I shouldn't have even told you.
It's alright, we're glad that you told us. Your secret's safe with us.
Help you out, and from now on, you're gonna have to trust us. We're gonna get you out of here. It might look out of the ordinary, the things that you're getting ready to do, but you will understand at the end it's all for everybody's good, okay? It's gonna help. None of the innocent souls are gonna suffer because of the actions that we're getting ready to take. And your conscience will be clear. And God will accept you again. That is if you believe in God. Are you converted? Did he convert you?
Yeah, of course. Who doesn't believe in God, right, guys?
Well, actually, she's not really. Maybe her personal beliefs. Maybe she's taken a liking to Judeo-Christian beliefs, but really the way things work here is she can't even go to church, and she has no right to express her beliefs.
Guys, she's so fucked up. It doesn't matter what we say in front of her right now. Pretty much, she's beyond gone.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but and it doesn't hurt to be a little bit on the cautious side.
Yeah, I would still be even, just to be on the safe side. She seems relatively with it, just nervous.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so thank you for answering our questions. Anybody else have anything else that you want to add?
No, not right now, anyway.
Do you have any idea if there would be any motivation for the Reverend other than political sway to force you to do this?
Does she even understand the concept of political sway?
Well, that I haven't really thought about, but
how about just let me make it simpler for you? Do you know why he would do this to you?
he knows. He's convinced. He's convinced. He knows. He knows it's witchcraft, but he fears that he doesn't have an answer, so he's turning me into an answer. And he told me that if I go along, that if I were to plead, that I could be saved, and he reassured me that it was the better of the paths.
So,
Interesting.
okay. Reverend's daughters started acting strangely, not because of you, but on their own. They started doing these, acting out and carrying out this strange behavior, and he is using you as a way of explanation as to why all that is happening. Is that what you're saying?
Mr. Paris was furious when he found the girls and I having a little bit of fun. He was furious, and he was not happy. and the girl started acting funny, though I did not do anything.
Okay,
I don't.
check her again when she says that. Or there's no need. I could understand that.
You can go for it.
Well, I find this. Yeah, a success.
There's, other than fear, you're not
Uh-huh.
sensing that she's lying about this.
So they started acting funny, and you don't know why. It just started happening.
They pointed the finger at me. They blamed me. They blamed many women in the town. But people in this town don't like each other. They just don't. It's such a. From where I come from, everybody lives peacefully next one, with each other. There's so much hate here, so much love for God, yet so much hate for your neighbor.
Where do Abigail and Betty spend time most of the time? When you guys are around each other, or when you're not with them? What are the places that they go to?
Well, they always stay within their house and around. They help Mr. Paris bring in the firewood, and they help with minor duties.
Is there any place that Mr. Paris told them that they cannot go to? Any place off limits that they might have ventured into?
Well, he told them not to associate with the beggars and the ones that don't go to church. Besides that, there was no real places they were forbidden from, though they weren't allowed too far from the house and the church anyways.
Okay, so what I'm gathering from this is what you're telling us. The daughters, out of the blue, started acting funny, and in order to cover his tracks and make sure he doesn't get accused of anything that could damage his position, Samuel started covering it up by claiming that it was you. That is the reason behind all that has been going on.
Makes sense.
Is that what you're saying?
He knows. They did bring a professional in, but he told them it must have been witchcraft, and maybe Mr. Paris thinks I have to do with it, but his knowledge of my spirituality is not enough. It disgusts him, but he does not know enough. So he made me read up on his belief of this vile nature, and I believe that Mr. Paris is convinced that there is real devil worshipping, devil witchcraft, and the devil's magic involved, but he doesn't seem to know how to go about it.
Interesting.
And the fact that it started in his own house. It started in his own house. Maybe he's just trying to protect himself.
Need to get that book.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That could be helpful. So, the daughters going crazy has happened independently, and the Reverend is trying to cover it up by using her as a scapegoat.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
And then we need to find out how the daughters got to be the way they became, to make the Reverend panic to do whatever it is that he is doing right now. He basically doesn't care however many other people suffer because of it, as long as it doesn't affect him.
Alright, so that house, is it like a 2-story house, 1-story?
It's
all that stuff?
It's a 1-story.
Windows and everything like that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's like 2, one in the front, one in the back.
Okay.
Who lives besides the daughter? Is there any other servants or anything like that that live in the Reverend's estate?
No.
Just the daughters and him.
And the slave.
And the slave. Slave is basically imprisoned in the shack, so the outhouse.
Yeah. What?
Okay.
I imagine he. Oh, there you are again. I imagine he keeps that book handy.
Well, I mean, the way I see it, the book itself. Okay, we can look into that, but it's basically the book is only information that the slave girl would not normally know about. It doesn't necessarily mean there's anything magical about the book. It's just the book that he reads from to her, so she knows what she needs to say to make herself believable whenever the accusation is flying around. But the trick is, so there's a list. We know this book belongs to the Reverend, and then if the Reverend is getting her to pair it off, but belongs to him, that might help with the case too. But the hanging question still is the fact that the daughters did go crazy somehow. And it's not related to the slave girl as I originally thought. So there's a gap there.
Yeah.
And something is making the Reverend panic, and this is him acting out.
Oh yeah, you're right. Definitely.
What is that? I mean, why are the girls going crazy? That's the question. Getting to the book might not be a bad idea. You should look for the book. And then if you can find that list, that'd be good evidence too. So we're basically gathering evidence right now.
Yeah.
To make a case against the Reverend. And he's getting cocky because he left us with the slave without even making sure that we're not, doing anything that we weren't supposed to. And Tituba, who's this professional that you're talking about?
I don't know his name, but he was from a town up north, not too far. He was one of the nearest doctors, a friend of the Reverend's, and I didn't catch his name. He seemed like a nice man, but he was convinced he could not figure out what was wrong with the girls. So he resorted to witchcraft.
What I miss?
Just that they were asking who the doctor was that examined the girls. It was a friend of the Reverend.
Get that book.
Yes, and the book.
So we gotta. Okay. So, should we step out and decide how are we gonna proceed?
Yeah, I think we're good with her for now.
Yep.
Right.
All right.
I'm gonna go down with her one more time and say, you have been a tremendous help. Thank you. You're very brave.
Oh, she's extremely scared. She's just... She feels like she made such a big mistake right now.
Too bad for her. Okay, so we're leaving, I'm assuming, right?
Right. As soon as we're out of earshot of anyone and on our own, I'm just gonna look to you guys and say, man, this is the coolest reenactment I've ever been to. Seriously, wherever you guys found this, you did awesome. How much does this cost, anyway?
You're a girl like that, what can I say?
I guess, man. Is this like something that's like a traveling thing? Like, is it in town? I know, is this like with that Lyceum, that place we were? I mean, this is pretty intense. It's awesome.
You need to stay on top of it, is what I'm thinking. Just like keep your passion about the proceedings because you're going to need it in upcoming days.
Yeah.
You do realize you just went through a mirror to show up in a totally different... Do you think that mirror is just like a hole in the wall where on one side of that wall there's the present day set piece, and then on this side there's just the historical aspects of it?
Yeah, of course.
The entire area has changed.
It was very well done, but
Okay, I think we need to send you back and forward in the portal a bunch of more times for you to understand what's going on over here. I don't think you're grasping the reality here.
right, sure. I'm the one who can't grasp reality, and you're the one saying that we went back in time 300 years through a mirror.
You just need to stop
Gotcha.
in a linear fashion and open your mind to unorthodox possibilities over here. There's something bigger than us at work over here.
You're right. It's a very big organization that set up a very elaborate reactor, and I'm loving it.
I don't know what it is, but I know something is going on, and I'm going to find out what it is.
Yeah, well, you assholes foiled my plan, so.
Did we?
I meant assholes in the nicest of ways.
You just have to adapt, is what it is.
Well, no, you didn't foil my plans. You made me. Well, which is kind of what. That's the fun part of what this game is like. You know, it's never what I expect. So, yeah.
So we got to take that book. We got to take the note with the names
Yeah,
on it. We're gathering evidence. We need to save all these people. What we know. Let's do a item check over here of what we have in our inventory as far as knowledge and intelligence and everything else goes.
I'm still carrying a gun, which seems kind of severe now.
Yeah, I got a crow. I got a what? I got pepper spray on me.
Yeah, I was wondering when's he gonna use that? When's he gonna use that pepper spray?
The other thing is we don't need to rush into anything, and we also have our infinite bag or whatever we want to pull out from the present day hole down there. We can go
Yeah.
keep equipping ourselves and all that stuff if we need
Ooh,
to.
that's assuming, of course, that the door is still open and hasn't magically sealed,
You know what?
trapping us in here forever.
Here we go. Follow me. You got to get out of that whatever mind space that you were in. You got to clear that out. Otherwise, it's going to get in our way. You need to believe.
All right. Well, if you two go do that, I'm gonna stay. I'll stake out on this house and see if the good Reverend or his daughters go anywhere.
What I'm thinking, what needs to go down next is we need to break in while they're sleeping.
Yeah.
And then we need to find the book, we need to find the notes
Yep.
in preparation for the trials and the other evidence and everything else to try to see if we can clear the names that we need to clear and prove that all that is happening. That the missing piece is killing me. The
Right.
girl did go haywire, and we don't know why.
Right.
That's the part that we need to also shed light on.
Do you think it's
Yeah.
possible that he convinced his daughters to put on an act
Yeah, we need to
as
talk.
part of the setup? I mean, is that possible?
Oh, you know what? I think this is what we need to do. Ha! Here's a crazy plan, like always. And this rebel youth in rebellion that I am. Okay. We go to the other side. We get one of those tranquilizer guns with horse tranquilizer or whatever kind of animal rescue tranquilizer that we can get our hands on, right?
Okay.
We sneak into the house. We tranquilize Samuel. While he's out of action, we do whatever we want to do.
Do you know where
Okay.
you generally would buy animal tranquilizers?
You do realize on the other side, well, I mean, there's where can we get those?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Even on the other side, it's I don't know. I've never had to buy tranquilizers.
Is there a zoo on the other side?
Some sort of hunting supply store, maybe, or an army surplus type place, maybe.
I'm sure you can find one.
I don't even have
Military
have
surplus.
tranquilizer gun cleared. Do we?
Sorry?
What's that?
Do we need to get like a license for a tranquilizer gun?
Probably.
I don't know how the laws on that work on either countries, in U.S. or in all countries that I belong to. So, how would that work if we are to try to get a tranquilizer gun and all that stuff? We need to get our chemical. We need to get our pharmaceutical substance, whatever it is called, detoxicant or something, is what I read, or
Yeah.
to make the devs anyway. So you're gonna have to go to the other side no matter what. But where do we get tranquilizer gun and darts, and the tranquilizer itself.
That I don't know. I know if it ties in and all, I have a firearms license, so that's
That
no
would be
problem.
survival if you ask me, wouldn't it? What would you check to
Oh
see?
gosh,
Recall that information.
it wouldn't be survival because it's too much of urban survival. That'd almost be streetwise, just because. No, but
No, Streetwise is not gonna go get that. No.
yeah, well, not get it, but I'm trying to think what
Animal
would be.
cat?
Are we
Oh,
talking? Trying to decide what or where we would get a tranquilizer, or actually using it.
That's an idea. If you guys have other ideas, feel free to, bounce it off. I'm thinking we should tranquilize the shit out of the fucker. And then do whatever we want in the house and be alone with the girls too. But we gotta come up with a cover story to not to get the girls to freak out.
Yeah, because using futuristic weaponry might cause a freak out.
No, we're not gonna use it blatantly. We're just gonna fire it from under a blanket or something like that.
Okay,
We're gonna be subtle in the way we're gonna apply it.
true.
Seems very, very risky.
I'm thinking maybe, I don't know. Tranquilizers might be a little too intense. I mean, if this guy could work.
But it'll take time. We don't have much time on this side. We need to get... The reason why I went for the tranquilizer is because we need to do this ASAP. It
Yeah.
needs to be something immediate.
Well, what if we bring the girls across the mirror to the other side?
Well, he's going to be there. He's going to know what's going on. We need to knock him out without him
Well,
realizing
no,
he's been knocked out.
there's the perfect time. He told us tomorrow during church. He said they're not going to be there. He said it'll only be the slave and them at home. If we're gonna,
Yeah, they're not allowed.
exactly, but he will be. He wouldn't miss church for the life of it. So there's a perfect opportunity. Yeah.
Why would they follow us, though?
Well, that part I don't know, but at least I know how we can get him alone.
Why are we taking it? Okay, we're going to... Well, why don't we just go talk to him and... But then again, the problem with that is the girls can't go after we were done talking to them when he's not around at the church and tell him that we were here without his permission. That's the issue that I'm having with this dilemma. We need to be able to... Well, then again, if you talk to them when he comes to his senses, they can still tell him that we... Well, then who are going to believe them, though? Even if we did, we just say they're crazy.
Yeah,
Because
they already
yeah.
think they're crazy. I don't know, put some bags over their heads, get ourselves some ski masks.
Yeah. Well, that might not establish much trust, though.
Actually, you know what? We can buy Halloween costumes with masks and something like that and make ourselves look like these creatures.
In a town that they're hanging witches, I don't think dressing up.
We're not going
Dressing
to
up.
walk around and we're not going to walk about. We're going to pull the freaking masks on in front of the girls right before we go in to talk to them, so they can identify us. And if anybody says anything, it's going to be these monsters that talk to them.
Yeah.
And then we can come in with shit. God damn it, we are so noobs. If we had like the LSD or something like that, that would be funny. The truth drugs and all that stuff. Would be out of them.
Yeah.
What
I
would be a
think
substitute to LSD? Street grade things that you can pick up that makes people become comfortable and talk comfortably and all that stuff.
Alcohol does that.
What?
yeah, liquor.
Yeah.
No, something that's going to kick in quicker than them drinking 5 glasses of wine.
Well, what if we just bring some shots of whiskey or something? I mean,
What? Okay. It might come down to this, though. If they decided that they're not going to drink, what are we going to do? It could be something we can inject to them. We're doctors. We're like checking it, or whatever. Not even that. It could be something that the monsters injected them to get them to relax and open up and talk to us and answer the questions that we have. Is there a street grade? Oh, because I know LSD can be used as a truth drug as well, right? It relaxes people. They talk about things, or I don't know. I'm with my science. I'm brainstorming. Can I see if there's any street grade alternative to that could emulate the effects of a true drug to calm the nerves of these people to openly and more comfortably talk to people and all that stuff? The daughters, to be more specific, Spence?
In the time that you're in?
No, we're going to go back to the present to pick up the street-grade drugs and bring it back over here and mix it into their drink as we were administering it to them, while the next day the reverend goes to the church. We're going to go in there with the masks in case we need to hide our identities and show up and get them to drink whatever they need to drink. Or we can even be cuddly, fluffy, cute masks rather than scary stuff. I don't know. It doesn't matter. But there's ways to cover our identities to go in and deliver whatever drugs that we need to deliver to them to get them to open up instead of freaking out.
Okay, remember if this is like something that's going on at church, they are going to be guarded, though.
Oh, they are going to leave people behind to guard them. Okay.
Oh yeah. That's why they're not allowed. None of them are allowed at church. So while it's at church, they will. They're going to be surveyed.
Back to the tranquilizer.
Are they gonna? Well, the question is, do we know if they? We don't know if they're gonna be moved from this location and took somewhere else, or are they gonna stay here?
Well, it doesn't matter. If they move them, they'll follow them through. Why don't we get a stun gun?
A taser? I don't think tasers are viable or purchasable in
Sneak up on them. You're not going to
1992.
see a taser coming at them. They're just going to pass out. You're not going to go openly shock them in their foreheads. But I don't think we're equipped to be. We're not that physical, stealthy guys either, I don't think. I'm looked by the looks of us.
Well, Steve has managed stealth before.
I have managed some stealth in the past, surprisingly, but I don't know if I'll be able to duplicate such feats again.
It's not your specialty, I gather.
No, not at all.
Okay,
Nah,
so
yeah.
at the core of the issue that we're having right now, the girls went haywire. We don't know why. That's what we need to find out. And I think for us to be able to find out, we need to be alone with the girls, and we need to get them comfortable enough to open up to us.
And
I'm telling you,
we
man.
need a book. I think the stuff we need is in the book, or at least the other half of the puzzle is in that book.
So there's two halves to our equation over here. One half is the being alone with the girls, and the other one is claiming the book. The book we can claim immediately, probably, by trying to sneak in right now. But the problem with that is, we're not sneaky people. If we go in and he wakes up, we're fucked. You know what I mean?
Well, that's why I was thinking of waiting until morning when they go to church and seeing what happens with the girls. Do they get moved, or does somebody else come here? And then seeing where we can go from there.
Right, otherwise, but morning during church seems like the perfect time to move.
So you guys don't think we should go with any kind of tranquilizers?
I think that's just going to cause more trouble than it's worth, honestly. I mean, maybe some alcohol.
Dude, we don't have the time to get him drunk, I don't think. We're not going to be able to sit down and have a
It can act pretty fast.
conversation.
I mean,
They're going to want to drink it first. We can't shove it down their throats. If they
Well, yeah, but if we're forceful with this, it might not get us very far no matter what we're doing.
Well,
I
that's
don't-
the reason why I'm saying we deliver the whatever drug we're delivering in a stealthy manner rather than getting them
Or
to...
how about we try to talk to them, build the old, subtle approach, just kind of ease into the conversation. We did pretty good with the slave girl.
Yeah, you know what? Let's just see if...
without the presence of
Yeah,
the
what
father.
we can do with that, that's fine. But what I'm worried about is I don't want to waste time because in 3 days they're going to get executed, right? If we have anything that we can do to prepare on the other side, we should not waste the whole night and go to bed and get up tomorrow and lose valuable time without preparing anything.
Well, the trials are they're tomorrow.
Yeah.
Right.
What time are the trials?
It's noon,
Okay, so we're going to have what? What time do they get up in the morning, I wonder? You don't even know.
like 4 or 5 o'clock.
So we're going to have ample amount of time right down there. Okay.
Well, they're going to be at church. Church runs from 6 a.m. to noon.
Okay, so there's plenty of time there.
So I think we can fast forward. Are we forgetting to do anything?
Not that I can think of.
No.
It's just a matter of all these crazy great ideas. Which one are you going to go through with? With that, go with go with. I guess that's the only question at this point. I was just sorry. I was just listening. I was like, oh.
No,
Yeah.
I want to get the tranquilizer stuff just to be safe, but I can't do it on my own.
Well, if you want to, I will stay here and watch the house.
And I don't want to split the group.
Yeah.
Sell one half of it to look for this stuff if you can fast forward to finding it or something like that if we do. While the time proceeds to the morning and an in-between area when the downtime happens, if you could just secure the supplies that we're looking for.
Yeah, definitely. If you would do something like that, it wouldn't end up like last session, for example.
Well, yeah, we could just be split, but it's all in downtime type of stuff.
Yeah, because we're getting ready to fast forward like in a 4 or 5 hour block, right? What time is it right now in the past?
Oh, if you tried to judge by looking up, because you don't really have a sense of time, you know the way everything's aligned, maybe you could guess it's pretty close to 8 o'clock p.m.
And then we're gonna fast forward to 4 o'clock in the morning. In that block of time, is there anything we can do that is productive? You okay, dude?
Yeah, there's something in the air. I've been kind of having the allergies the last couple of days.
That's no fun.
Yeah.
It's the season.
Yeah.
I think. Well, yeah.
Sucky. Okay, so let's make a decision here. Are we trying to do an equipment run while the fast forwarding happens, or are we just going to skip to fast forward and carry on with the plan of isolating them and approaching them?
I think the only equipment I would go for is maybe some alcohol and some instant coffee if we're not going to be sleeping a lot here. And probably the two would be mixed.
I'm going to switch to the other side. I'm going to get various masks from the bunny, fluffy, cute ones to scary ones. How do we get our hands on chloroform?
Oh. I don't know.
God, I feel like I'm playing Shadowrun now.
Can we get our hands on chloroform? It doesn't mean I'm going to use it.
I just want to get a baseball bat.
Yeah. I've got one. It's signed.
Oh, you had. That's still evidence.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
it's okay.
Chloroform is not easy to get, is it?
I wouldn't imagine so.
No.
That would probably involve breaking into the hospital, kind of a thing.
Yeah, never mind. Okay. I'm going to go get the masks, though.
Now, what kind of masks are you thinking of getting? Just
Some
curious.
scary Halloween masks and some cute Halloween masks.
Okay.
I'll get alcohol and instant coffee.
You brought some coffee, didn't you? Oh, it wasn't instant, though.
Yeah. I want some instant stuff so I can actually use it in a pinch.
Mm-hmm.
And also, over-the-counter drugs, sleeping pills kind of stuff, if I can get my hands on that too.
That, yeah, you can go to a pharmacy, get that.
Is there anything over-the-counter that relaxes people?
It's the crap they give you, and it actually keeps you from throwing up. It's what is it called? But my mom used to give it to me all the time whenever I felt like I was going to puke or something, and it also makes you really drowsy. It's like not Gravol.
But that's not necessarily relaxing. It's just making you drowsy.
It causes drowsiness.
Yeah, that's not the kind of... Okay, I'm just going to get my masks, and I'm going to get my sleeping pills, and I'm set.
Yeah, and I'll go find a baseball bat and take it back with me.
You're going to have to buy a specialty in baseball bats. You know that, right?
Right. Eventually, yeah, I'll work up the weaponry and.
Okay, so everybody's kind of going to the other side?
Well,
Yeah.
I think we can just send one person to do a shopping list pickup. Not everybody has to go.
But yeah, you want
We're fast forwarding, right?
yeah, you know what you want to grab. So if you just grab me a baseball bat, that'll be fine. And I'll stay here with somebody and watch the house.
Yeah, I had to
just
go
to
on the
make sure.
shopping run last time, so I'm not it this time.
Yeah, I'm just going to pick it up and then come back.
Okay. Sounds good to me.
Yeah.
Okay. Now,
On the other side, can I score some ecstasy?
that's a streetwise roll for that.
Streetwise, let's see.
There might be a penalty.
Well, streetwise and
Damn! It's only a -1 penalty. What do I combine it with? I'm
presence.
gonna burn willpower.
Oh my goodness.
Nice.
You are determined to get your hands on something illegal.
I want illicit drugs, and nothing will stop me.
Are you still doing this for the girls or for you?
No, we'll find out shortly. Oh, the problem is though, Spence, I think you're gonna shoot me down right now because I have no money.
Oh,
No,
yeah.
we're going by resources. What are your resources?
Ouch. Can I go milk the lady that I courted and she was ready to... I'll go buff her brains out for some cash.
Yeah, you got time. On that side, you've got time.
Until the morning. She was
Oh, if you were to go out of the mirror, you would see she's not there.
Damn.
She's not there because a good almost over a day has passed now.
Okay, never mind. Let's just go pick up the good stuff because I don't have the fucking resources or the streetwise.
Well, yeah, it's good to say you had a bit of money. For me, it's more like, what are you planning
I
on doing
can't
with
ask to borrow
ecstasy?
it from that. No, I had plans. You would have found out. But it's all a moot point because if I ask them, they're going to shoot me down right away anyways.
Yeah.
Yeah, $100. Okay. So we're fast forwarding then, right?
Well, in a sense, if you guys are all deciding you're going to do something to go to pass the time as night goes by in 1692, then in a sense we're fast forwarding that, but in a sense we're not because I'm going to take advantage of this moment for a second.
Sure.
Okay.
Okay.
In case everybody forgot. Awakening.
Woo! Yeah.
Now here's where I didn't really get to prepare too much as I wanted to, but okay, well, in this case, left to right. Thomas, just tell me exactly what you're doing, and Simone and Evan, just say exactly what you're gonna do. Just so I'm positive, I know what you're all doing.
Well, it probably would have made sense while Simone was out getting supplies. We were gonna watch just keep an eye on the house, just to make sure nothing funny happens. No one comes in, no one comes out. So we'd probably just find a somewhat decent place to hang out near there that's within view, but not like really obvious. And I would suggest with Evan that maybe we take turns getting some sleep because
Yeah, that's what I was
Yeah.
gonna suggest.
yeah. But that's all I would be planning. Just kind of one of us watching while the other gets a little shut-eye.
Okay, who's sleeping first?
I'm caffeinated. I'll let Evan take the first go.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, so kind of taking turns watching.
Yeah.
Okay, and Simone, you're going to get particularly what now? You're trying to get some illicit drugs?
Actually, sure. Why the hell not? Sounds like fun. I'll probably sell my services. You know what I'm talking about, right, Spence? For the money?
Yeah.
Okay. There you go. And hint, hint, just so if things go crazy, I have one free bet because I'm Moros. That doesn't mean I'm going to die. Here
Well, wait.
you go.
Yeah.
I'm going to score me some drugs.
All right, through your
And a baseball
services.
bat.
Yep.
Yeah, get a base.
And
Yeah.
coffee. And alcohol.
I'm going to do the shopping list, and as a bonus, I'm going to try to get my freaking chemicals. LSD would be great.
Wouldn't it?
Okay. Now we're gonna stray off a little bit.
Okay.
Okay. Now, let's see how well I can remember this because it's only brainstorming. I didn't get to actually write it down on paper, but it's all brainstorming, so just bear with me.
You got it.
Now, Con, you're walking out the mirror,
Yep.
and you're making your way down, and you're thinking, all right, I get the services. Now, there's this weird feeling though when you walk out of the mirror, like maybe it's just because it's so good to to be back in my own time, but it's like a sense of freedom, though.
Okay.
And you're making your way, I guess, to the streets. Steve, maybe you guys are parked up in the bushes near the gallows. It's like the gallows hill is like a nobody hangs around there at night. Yep, that's okay. And nobody really hangs around there at this time of night. Everybody's getting ready, for bed. And you're starting to get some shut eye, and maybe that note is crossing your mind a bit. And you're thinking about it. What the fuck?
Right.
Simone, you're walking. You're kind of. You have this sense of like the sense of daydreaming. As you're going, like you're paying attention to where you're going, but it's like your imagination's kind of running wild ever since you stepped through the mirror.
Does it feel like I'm on something?
No, well, not literally, but in a sense, it's just kind of like.
Am I on life?
Well, you felt really good when you went through the mirror, but you're not so much high. It just kind of feels like something that was blocking you is. You feel freedom again.
Okay.
Like the sense of freedom in your mind.
Okay.
And you start having now the two of you. Since you're both Moros, one of you is kind of daydreaming. It's a little lucid, and Steve, Steve, you're passed out.
Right.
You're having a nice sleep. Now, you have this vision. You guys look around, and all of a sudden, it's like you're in this cave.
Wait, which guys? Sorry, was this me or?
Everybody but you.
It's just
I'm getting to you after, no worries.
Okay, cool.
I just figured now this is the an awakening portion of it. So since they're both Moros, I'm kind of building the visual aspect together.
Very cool.
So Steve's passed out, and Khan's like daydreaming. Like ever since he stepped through the mirror, it's like his brain is like, whoa, what the heck? Like I feel so free now. You guys look around, and it's like as if it's so real to you. It's just this. You're in this cave, and this really bright light behind you from the exit, and you can see a bunch of people are kind of like carving stuff into the rocks. And yeah. They're carving stuff. You don't know what they are.
Sharing this stream, and do I see Evan?
Now, if you look around, you guys you're standing next. It's like as if you're just standing next to each other.
Dude, what the fuck?
I don't know. I'm not quite sure. Can I see what they're carving?
Yeah, if either of you took a look at what they're carving, it's this weird language. You don't really understand it, but it's speaking to you. But some of them are just drawings, and a lot of it looks like they're writing a paragraph or something. But it's just so odd to you. And it's a really small cave, and there's a couple of people in there, and just a big bright light behind you.
Does occult tell us anything that we could know about this?
Yeah, give me occult rolls.
A success. Hold on. Oh. 2 successes.
1.
Okay. Yeah, looking at it, you both just, I guess, you look at each other, you're like, Atlantean?
What the fuck? What? Atlantean, what is it?
Exactly, what is it?
This is majorly fucked up. What the hell?
You know this language. You can't read it, but you know it's like the more you look into it, the more it makes more sense to you. And this is Atlantean, but why do I know it's Atlantean?
Yeah. What else is around?
Are they instructions? What are the writings saying? Is it anything that is relevant to what's happening to us right now, or is it just markings?
Well, this is what other people around you are drawing. Now, these people don't.
Damn, this stupid hangout. Perfect cliffhanger.
Dun dun dun.
Here comes the clone.
Coming up next week.
Right. So, God, I hate that. Now, these other people, I mean, you could see them, and they seem to be writing this themselves. They know what they're writing, but it's just so obscure to you, and you just seem to know it's this Atlantean language, but you don't know why. And as Evan, for what you see around you, it's really just this really compact cave. There's about 6 people in there, and just a big exit with a huge light.
I'm gonna start walking towards that.
1 second, dude. Hold on. I'm gonna tap on one of the shoulders of the guys who are tapping on the carvings, the carvers. Towards the light.
I have an idea, but I'm gonna keep on my. Evan keeps on walking.
You know what? Fine. Fuck it. I've been rolling the dice all this time, right behind you. Do you want to hold hands or do you want to go separately? Moral support.
No hands.
Okay. You know what? I jumped through the mirror first. You can take the lead on this one.
All right. Yeah. I'm just gonna confidently walk out the cave towards the light.
You're a man on a mission, so do your thing.
Okay.
Do you know anything about this that I don't know
No.
about? No? Just the gut feeling you're following?
Yes.
Okay. Let's do it up.
Now,
Hold on, before you go, should I tie a rope around you? There's no ropes or anything like that around here, is there? Not make the same stupid mistake that I did and have the portal close behind me. Is there anything I can tie him up with and lower it in through the light? No ropes, no nothing?
no. But honestly,
I'm going to take my shirt.
honestly, you don't need to. You don't need to.
Okay, I feel that. Okay, good.
All right. My Google's about to crash on me. Let me jump out, and everything's non-responsive. But I can still talk to you guys.
You're
Yeah,
doing
here it
good.
All
Yeah, I
right.
think-
All right. There it goes. It
Just
came back.
stay with it, and then if it poops out, it poops out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't touch anything.
Yep. Some plugin crashed. Sorry.
Oh, yeah, Google Chrome.
Yeah.
I love Google Chrome, but yeah, it does that.
Yeah.
So stepping into the light, it's just this vast, just clouds, bright, sunny clouds. There's a stone bridge that seems to go on for a very long time, and on either side. Now this is a pretty wide bridge, but on either side of you, you can see it kind of looks like a mist, and there's like a pool of spirits swimming through.
On
And
either
then-
side of us.
On either side, all like an endless sea of spirits all around you, and a stone bridge that goes straight, and you
Yeah.
this needle point. Is my camera frozen in that weird position?
Yeah, it was for a second.
You can see this weird like needle point from far, and a couple of objects gliding over it.
I guess I know what our destination is.
I don't think we have a choice on that one.
Are these
Looking around.
spirits that are like swirling around and everything else, are they seeing us? Are they trying to interact with us? Is there any exchange
No.
between us and them? They're just there as set pieces.
They're
Background.
very, very far away, but the bridge
spirits
goes
are
that.
far away too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's start walking.
Okay, we're
When I
going.
start walking.
Okay. Now, Simone, are you with following Evan on this?
Of course. I'm not
Okay.
going to be left alone here all by myself in a cave with crazy carving people.
Now, looking around here, you go, you just keep walking and walking. Though the imagery in the back seems to come a lot faster back to you. It's like you're walking maybe slowly, but the image is coming really fast to you. And there's a completely broken part of the bridge. There's still a pool of spirits, and below it's like cracked rock and rubble, and a pool of spirits just flowing over it. And the bridge is broken in front of you from like so far that no, you couldn't jump it. Definitely, you definitely couldn't jump it. Now you see some of the images continuing to fly away, but one is making its way towards you both.
Oh, fuck.
As it gets closer, you can tell that this is a dragon.
Oh.
It's this massive. It's a massive gray dragon.
I hate D&D. What's going on here?
I'll kind of get down on my knees at that point.
So he doesn't breathe fire on you. Okay.
Who knows?
This dragon just comes right up to you, and this thing's it's massive. It's just I've seen big dragons in my head, but what is this? This is way too big.
Have I taken LSD and I don't know it?
No.
That's what I was thinking at the start of this.
I would have made you roll for that. No worries.
Like a stamina roll.
Yeah. Now it stops and
No,
it
I'm
looks,
saying that in game. I said that.
Oh, sorry. It stops and it hovers over you.
Yeah, I'm gonna close my eyes and be scared shitless now.
Well, I guess
I'll look up at it while I'm, on my knees.
Okay. Now, Con, as you're closing your eyes, Steve, you're just looking up. The image fades, and Con, you're walking in the streets, and Steve, you just been woken up. You're like, okay, and you're just leaning up against this tree, like you just woke up from a bad dream.
I'm just touching myself. Am I still?
Oh, okay.
Do I see somebody walking next to me? Anybody around?
Oh yeah, there's a few people out in the street, sir.
I'm just gonna touch one to see if my hands go through them or anything like that.
No, in fact, you touch them, and it's this old lady. Oh, get off of me!
Thank God. Okay.
What's wrong with you?
Okay, I'm not getting LSD at all after this point. I'm done with that shit. No fucking way.
Now,
I'm just gonna pick up my shit and go back into my hole, man.
Now, Evan. So yeah, you've woken up, I guess, from your sleep.
Yeah.
And maybe you're looking around like.
Yeah. Stand up and kind of look around, see if I see my compatriot that I thought had gone through the mirror. Maybe he didn't, and I didn't realize it. Just kind of touch some things, see if they're real and all that.
Yeah, you're waving your hands around. You can feel the tree, and there's Edison. Edison, you just see Evan kind of waving around, and he touches you and.
You okay, dude? You look a little spooked.
Yeah. How long have I been asleep?
How long has he been asleep?
Like 15, 30 minutes.
Not long. You just fell asleep a little bit ago. Why?
Really?
Yeah.
No reason, I guess. Just a weird dream, I guess. I think I'll sit back down and relax here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Have fun.
Now,
Sorry.
Edison, where Steve accidentally, where he didn't mean to touch you, so I guess where he accidentally touched you, it's kind of itchy.
Dude, have you been in like poison ivy over there? You better check where you're sleeping, dude.
Looks like it's grass in a tree.
I'm kind of itchy. Where you touched me there?
I don't feel itchy, do I?
No, you don't. It was just where your hand hit him.
Oh.
Now he feels.
I don't know.
Edison, you're starting to black out.
The fuck?
No. Does he just fall over?
Well, No, not necessarily. Maybe, well, it depends where if you were leaning up against something or if you decided you were sitting down. But you're starting to like black is going around your peripheral vision. You're just like maybe feeling a little dizzy. So that's up to you.
I was
Do I see
probably
him?
like sitting down, leaning against a tree. So I might just kind of like,
Slump over.
yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, Edison,
Yes.
the dark vision just overtakes you, and you are just you seem to be in an endless void. An endless void, and
The
well, give me a perception roll.
yeah, sure.
Be right back.
All right.
Yeah, I'm gonna go take my dog out real quick.
Sure. Let's get it. Get my sheet together. Okay. I got 1 success.
Odd success. All right. Now, when you're looking around, it seems like an endless void. It actually kind of feels like you're in space. Like, hey, this is really cool. But you're standing on solid surface. But looking around, it's just space.
What the?
Now, something catches your eye, though. You have this kind of a broken rock formation, almost like asteroids, and there's like this pinpoint thing up on top of it, but it's so far away.
Oh.
But there's also something flying around. It's like a massive bird. Now, a bird in space, and it's kind of hovering around, but as it gets closer, you can start to see it's very colorful. In fact, it's sparkling like a pink and rose kind of an aura around it. And so, if you want that to make sense, Mage Book, page 206.
Mm. Mm. Yes. It was kind of... What colors did you say?
Rose and pink.
No, it's not. There's nothing there on 206 PDF version.
Oh?
I'm looking at it. I know what he wants.
I think
Okay.
that's the wrong page. Do.
Now, out of character, this is kind of... You seeing this aura, you feel these you can sense these feelings from whatever this is, and it's some kind of a big. It gets closer, and it just flies around you, and it's just a big hovering. It's an eagle, actually. If anything, you can discern it like an eagle, but it kind of looks a little bit more mythical. But it's a massive. It's a big eagle.
Yeah.
That glows this aura.
Is there anything like... I know you said I'm standing on something. Is there any, like... If I were to test stepping forward, would there be more solid ground, or...
Yeah. If you could walk endlessly, and you would always be... You're walking upon nothing that you can see, but just space and this rock formation far, far above and a pinpoint on it.
And the eagle thing, it's coming closer to me, or is it over by the rock formation?
At this point, it's hovering, maybe like 20 feet above you. It's just flying around you. It glows with pink and rose aura.
No.
And I get the feeling kind of what those colors mean?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna try and, like, wave it down or say, like, hello? Who are you? What are you?
Now,
see if it acknowledges me at all.
It does. And it comes down almost violently, just slams, like, it hits the floor and you can feel it rumble, but there's no floor. But you have the sensation like you're standing on a floor, and it rumbles, and then you just snap back into reality. So that's the first part of this. That's what I kind of meant by the seamlessly putting it in there, but that's just the beginning. So I'll let us all continue what we were doing, and when the time is right, which, you know, not far along, but this is just like, this is just what happened to you guys.
Whoa.
So I'm just gonna go pick up my shit and then run back.
All right.
I'm gonna look to Evan quick. Hey, Evan.
Yes. What?
What was your dream about?
What dream? What?
You said you had a bad dream. What was your dream about?
A cave and a dragon.
What color is the dragon?
Gray.
Okay,
Grayish.
then never mind. Forget it.
Okay. Sure. You all right? You kind of just.
Yeah. Sorry, too much coffee. I totally hit that caffeine crash. I'll be fine.
All right. I'm gonna lay back down for a minute. Just wake me when you're tired. I'll take over.
Yeah. And I'm gonna spend most of the rest of my my watch time looking up at the stars and being a little edgy.
Okay. But going back to sleep, or when you decide to switch over, your sleep patterns are nothing out of the ordinary, unless you have some of those funky dreams that people tend to get. But nothing
so vivid.
No. And Con, maybe you're feeling like, what the... You're a little confused, but I mean, the whole time you were walking. You were just walking to whatever you were going for, and it just appeared as a daydream to you.
Yeah, I'm kind of freaking out, so I'm just going to go back where there's safety in numbers. I'm going to pick up what I need to pick up, accomplish the mission, and go back to the people that I know.
Okay. Well, you come through and, well, nothing's... You kind of feel a little burdened coming through. It's like, I don't know, there's just this sense of burden as opposed to a sense of...
I'm not as alive as I was when I was in that area, in that mindset when I was at the present day.
Yeah, you just kind of feel, a little bit more burdened than you did when you walked through.
But I'm in 1692 now, is that what you're saying?
Yep.
1692 feels more burdened than the present day.
Yeah, you just feel like something kind of... something doesn't seem as nice as it did on the other side.
Indoor plumbing.
That's kind of the general feeling. Like you're like, wow, that was different, but just kind of feel normal.
The rest of the group that I'm going to sleep it off because something is definitely not right. Yeah, I'm just going to show up with whatever groceries that whatever shopping list I picked up and distribute, and then take a nap to get myself, because I feel tired, I feel down. Maybe resting will get me back.
Okay.
My energy.
Right.
Okay. So at this point, about an hour has passed by in 1692.
Okay. So when I show up, are they both sleeping, or what's going on?
Well, if anything, maybe Steve still is.
Yeah, sure.
If he decided to, get back to sleep at that point, but.
Dude, I think I'm tripping.
You did not actually score the LSD, did you?
I don't know. Maybe I have. Maybe I haven't.
You don't know?
I'm seeing dragons, man.
Evan was just complaining about a dragon.
Yeah, I saw it. Evan too. We saw a dragon together.
I am officially surrounded by lunatics.
Do you think it would be rude to wake him up and ask what's going on, or should we just let him sleep and then talk about it?
I really don't know what the etiquette for insanity is.
There's no etiquette for insanity. Evan, get up.
Yeah, what?
Dude, did you just see dragons? Or a dragon?
I dreamt about a dragon.
Did you just share a dream?
Well, I saw you in it. I don't know if we shared a dream.
Okay, this is freaky.
Wait, you both had the same dream?
Yes.
Well, I don't know. I was dreaming.
Did any of you guys see an eagle? Like a big, like, pink, glowing eagle?
No, I told you I saw a dragon.
Yeah, no, but was there an eagle?
That was throwing
No.
what?
It was like a big pink eagle.
No, sorry.
Alrighty. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but still. Interesting.
Okay, so that was just a dream? Like, okay.
So you're dreaming of pink eagles.
Hey, I don't want to talk about it, okay? This place is weird. It's getting to me.
Gray dragons, pink eagles.
Yeah.
It's gotta be the water.
Okay, what the fuck? We need to focus, guys. Okay, let's just set this aside. I'm gonna take a nap. Hopefully I'll be... And I don't feel as energetic as I was when I was on the other side. I feel like I'm being drained.
Something just seemed to be a little off when you came back. When you went back into the future through the mirror, just like something just felt really invigorating. And
I'm gonna try to sleep it off. Are we on a stakeout? If you guys need to wake me up for my turn, but let me rest a little bit.
Sure, you got it, man.
I'm taking a nap
All right.
to memorize my spells.
Did you get my bat?
What? Oh, I did the shopping list. If it's on it, I got it.
yeah, it was on there.
All right.
Oh, sweet. Did you get my alcohol?
Here,
Yeah.
Coors Light, 6-pack.
I don't know if that counts as alcohol, but I'll go for it.
No.
I was thinking like whiskey, but okay, this'll do.
No, I got you. Whatever you put on the list, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I'll stand up and take a few practice swings with the bat. This feels all right.
Hey, Evan, are you up? It sounds like I could use it. Guess I'm more tired than I thought.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right.
I'll stay up.
All right, so with all the sleeping going, how much time do you guys want to spend sleeping? Let's say it's 9:00 p.m. now.
Till 4 o'clock in the morning before the day starts and they carry out what they were supposed to so we can act accordingly. We're
Yeah.
trying to isolate the reverend from the daughter so we can do our thing.
Right.
Okay. Now you all sleep it off. Nothing crazy out of the ordinary happens. You get a pretty peaceful rest afterwards. And you see the sunrise is coming pretty soon. It's roughly about 4:30 in the morning. You can see some action going on. People are stacking the firewood, going out, cutting the firewood, getting that the morning duties. Kind of real early start, but that's how they tend to work around here. That's how they roll.
Do I see anything from the house in question?
The house.
Has there been any suspicious activity?
No, nothing suspicious. Even when you were taking note of the house, nothing suspicious. You can see if you take a look maybe through the window, you can see figures moving back and forth.
Do I get my energy back?
Oh yeah, I mean you're feeling fine. It wasn't so much like an energy drain. It was just you don't feel the same as you did. You just felt really invigorated on the other side, and you felt kind of normal coming back.
So I still feel normal then.
Yeah, you feel normal. Yeah.
I am yearning for that feeling. Is that what it is? It's like a calling. It's just like it's a really good feeling to have what I had on the other side.
You could say that, yeah.
Okay. All right. I'm just gonna get Coke.
All right. The Reverend Pat steps out of the building, kind of he's fixing his shirt and everything. Places his hat on, and just he's got his Bible in his hand, and he just starts making his way. Pretty early, but to be there, get everything ready. I guess he goes in about an hour and a half earlier into the church to set up the ceremony.
Right.
And you'll see he goes over. He nods over to one of the. There's about one or two guards. And these guys they're dressed like real. They look like farmers with they got little pikes on them.
I'm listening.
Okay. they got pikes on them, and that's it. One of them just kind of walks over, and he makes his way into the house, just casual. Okay. He doesn't. They don't seem like they're just like townspeople that are elected guards. I mean, from looking at them, they're like, oh, these aren't like these are.
They're
just
not
regular,
like official guards. They're just.
That's it.
Folk.
Yeah, regular folk that are just tasked to watch over certain things to make sure nobody's out of order. And yeah, he steps into the Paris household and doesn't knock, just walks in.
So it doesn't look like it's locked.
No.
You guys do wish you had the tranquilizer right about now, don't you?
Yeah, and you had so much luck over there finding the laws for tranquilizers.
You guys shoot down the idea so fast. If we sat down and brainstormed on it, I'm sure I could have come up with a way to pull it up. That's what I do. That's my specialty.
And I was going to hire you as a barista?
Well, you have to pay the bills somehow without having to the maximum possible degree.
Yeah.
I'm lazy on top of everything else too, so it's just an actor. I'm a drifter. I'm drifting. Let me drift.
So someone is there, but it does not look like it's locked. The Reverend is out. And it looks like we have just a regular townsperson at home.
So we're going to look for the books and the list, and then we want to be able to talk to the daughters. Those are the three objectives we have right now.
How are we going to do that if there's someone there?
Especially when all of us are relative pansies. You can't do a forced takedown or any other tricks that you see the heroes doing in the proper way like this.
Well, I still got this
spray.
gun.
Pepper spray's not going to knock him out, dude.
Yeah, but you hit him in the eyes, and he's not going to be able to defend himself.
The idea is for them to not know that, for the Reverend to not know that we had an extensive conversation with his daughters about him being present. We want to be able to do this in a subtle manner without getting caught, is what I'm saying. That's the issue.
Yeah.
So we have two guards, right, Spence?
Just one.
Just one? There's only a single guy?
Yeah, he's just a caretaker, kind of. He's just watching a slave
How
and
can we
two little
distract
girls.
What was that?
How can we distract them?
I don't know. Well, okay. Here's a possibility, right? I don't know how we use it, but you got some scary masks, right, Simon?
Yeah.
If the people in this town think there's witchcraft going on anyway, one of us could dress up as some kind of demon or conjured up thing.
I was thinking the same exact thing.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah, because then it's all played off to witchcraft.
Bat boy, here you go. Go knock him out, Stealthmeister.
You want me to go try and hit him upside the head?
Yep, knock him out. Oh god, I'm not even gonna go there. Oh shit,
All right.
You know what it is though? Let me tell you something else, guys. Only in movies you can knock somebody out with a butt of a weapon or anything like that with one shot.
Yeah, but I do consider this like in a lot of ways a cinematic game too. I won't always result.
Okay, so the mechanics, the auto game, the mechanics, you have to bludgeon the guy to knock him out as far as the World of Darkness mechanics.
Yeah.
You gotta
There's
hit,
also
you gotta hit.
to an advantage. We could even have two or three of us go in if we all look like demons that were summoned and conjured. Actually, this is in game. If we all look like demons that go in and were conjured up by these daughters, these witches, and that one person could be overwhelmed pretty easily, and when he explains it later, just say, "Yeah, demons came in and they attacked me and assaulted
You
me."
realize, if you do go in with the demon ruse, though, whatever information that we gather and what we found from the girls, we cannot directly submit in any way to our own advantage. It'll be indirect shit that we're gonna be only be able to use in an indirect manner.
This is true. I had not thought of that part.
But I think that's okay because we want the book, we want the list, and then we want to be able to find out why the girls are acting the way they are without him watching over them.
Right.
And all those three will be accomplished, but we're not going to be able to directly introduce whatever we find into the case. We can come up with some other way to indirectly take advantage of whatever intelligence we gathered. And with the assets we have, that's our only choice.
Alright. I'm down.
And mechanically thinking, Spence, I just realized all we have to do is enough damage that is up to his stamina. And then that will stun him for a round, and then you can go into cinematic to pound him into, unconsciousness.
Mm-hmm.
So what we're shooting for is damage in his stamina to stun him. Those are the mechanics for it. So, Batman.
Yeah, all right.
So what kind of mask do we have? I am going to look like Tasmanian Devil.
Ooh.
The mask that I have is a Tasmanian Devil mask. Pick your masks, guys.
I'm gonna get those classic what is it, Scream masks, because they got a hood and like a it's crazy looking ghost like face. I got one of those.
I'm gonna look like Green Lantern.
Seriously?
No, a vampire mask.
That's good.
There's the vampire mask. I thought it was all about the fangs with the vampires.
Yep.
You want a lens and fangs? You didn't do that. You have masks. It's okay. Doesn't matter.
Yeah, well, they have masks that's like a
Yeah.
full face mask with like a snarling.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have a Nosferatu.
Ooh, that would be really fun.
Ooh, that would. That would.
That's a Nosferatu mask.
Yeah. All right. I'll put the mask on and I'll try and I'll walk up to the house trying to be nonchalant and maybe see if I can get a view inside the one of the windows. You said there were two, one on the front, one on
Inside
the
the
back.
house, eh?
Yep, one on the front, one on the back.
I'll look
Why don't we
around.
draw them out? Guys, why don't we create like a distraction, make sounds for him to come out and look.
Sure, I got an idea, guys. This is.
Wait. I just want to hear what Steve was going to say.
Oh, sure.
I said I was going to sneak around the back and just try and get a peek in and see what I could see.
Okay, well, Steve, Evan, what you can see is the girls are just the slaves in her own corner. And she's just like head down.
Mm-hmm.
The girls are they're kind of talking to each other. Like it's almost like they're role playing. They're just like they're talking. They seem really pretty normal. And the other guy's just sitting down and he's writing some stuff on the table. The other folk there, he's just sitting at the table, writing something, maybe a journal entry or something.
Oh, he's learned it.
Hey, here's an idea, guys. This is supposed to be 1692, right? So, by that logic, most people, what kind of firearms did they have back then? Like flintlock? Not your.
Yeah, it's not impressive.
Yeah. How about I just shoot this thing into the air just for the sound? It's a sound no one's familiar with. It will go great with like a gateway to hell opening
How
up.
far is the Reverend's house from the rest of the town? Is there a lot of land between us? Is it like close to the town, or like could it draw attention from the townsfolk, or is it like a secluded place?
It's not secluded. No, it could draw attention. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think that's a good idea, dude.
Yeah.
you don't want to be banging on pots and pans right in the middle of what we're trying to do over here. Just like throw a simple rock to distract the guy to come out, and then Batman over here could just smack him in the back of the head with the bat.
What if I just play a good old-fashioned game of Ding Dong Ditch? Like I go knock on the door, he comes to see who it is, there's no one there, he might pop his head out, and then bam.
Ding dong.
Well, he needs to come all the way out from the doorway.
Yeah.
Well-
Well, if I do it like 2 or 3 times, he might like step outside and be like, look around just to see what's going
Or
on.
he could walk all the way out on the first time, but how are we going to position Evan? Can Evan sneak in from a different way?
I'll stay around the corner of the house and rush up on him with some pepper spray in the face.
Oh god, that will even add to the legend of the demon even more.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Sprayed me with funky stuff.
Demon breath.
You don't understand though. No. We cannot scream and get undue attention to ourselves. We have to have a surprise one-time attack to stun him and then knock him out. If he screams, if he yells for help, any of that shit is going to fuck us up. You got to do this in a quiet manner. If you spray him first, he's going to react.
All right. Well, then I'll just come at him with the bottom of the bat and just slam it right into his face.
Well, back of his face.
Yeah.
Sounds
Or
good.
if you want to go frontal, you can do that too, but he's going to have his defenses up. You're not going to be able to ambush him.
Well, either way, it's going to be risky. So
Yeah.
I'll just try and run up.
He's not
I'll just try and run up and catch him off guard and hit him right in the face.
from
Right.
behind.
No. When he opens the door, he comes out to look. Because he's going to be closing the door. There's no way I'm going to be able to get up to the door while he's
Okay,
closing
here
it,
we
so I'll
go.
have to take...
This is what we're going to do. It's really simple. You stay by the side of the door, right? He comes out into the doorway, and as soon as he comes out, I'll signal you, and you just slam right into his face with it.
Seems good.
Okay,
All right.
we'll do that.
And then you can follow it through with a spray if you don't stun him on the first time, and then keep knocking him out. We got to... Thomas, stay close to shut him up if you need to go on there and hold his mouth or, make sure he doesn't scream. And I'll be in your line too. We'll all jump him and make sure he doesn't scream.
Right. Maybe even if we try and push him back into the house and close the door.
Yeah,
so
after you hit him, we just both body slam him down, and then we just...
Gotcha.
Yep.
Rush him.
Yep, we're going to bomb rush him.
Okay, who's doing the knocking?
I'll do it.
All right. Who is any... Evan, you're whacking him in the face.
Yeah.
Yep.
Simone, you'll be what?
We're going to body slam him with... Thomas and we're going to body slam him in. Make sure he doesn't scream or anything like that.
Okay. Final answer?
Final answer.
All right.
Yep.
So you walk over. You give it Edison, you walk over, you give a nice smack on the door. Yeah. And, the girl, you just hear the girls be like, oh, who is it? Who is it? And then, the man's just like, calm down, calm down. Opens the door, and he looks forward, doesn't see anything. Pops his head out.
And I run.
And you cough.
Steve, you're going for a bat?
Yeah.
Bat smack? Okay. So
Good.
let's
Strength
do your...
plus weaponry minus his defense.
Minus,
Do it.
minus zero. Minus zero. No defenses on this one.
Yeah, he wouldn't be
Right,
expecting it.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna use a willpower on this one.
Okay. Plus 3 dice. So, yeah,
Plus
strength
one
plus
more
weaponry. Strength plus weaponry plus 3.
All right.
Plus the bat.
Plus the bat, 2.
So strength plus weaponry plus 5.
Yep.
All right. One, 2, 3, 4 successes.
Nice.
He's stunned, I'm hoping.
Okay. I rolled a... Well, the roll is for something after, but I basically rolled a 2 and a 1 in there, so...
He's out.
He pops his head out, and... Go figure, Evan with the bat.
A vampire that comes running at him.
Yeah.
You know
And
what I fucking realized, guys? Sorry to kill your moment there.
Yeah, man, what the fuck?
I'm sorry. Finish it up. Go for it. Sorry.
No, well, go for it. I'll get back in the moment.
It's already gone.
Shots to the head with a bat are lethal, by the way.
Yeah, I know.
Well, we'll figure that out.
Yeah, we'll find out.
It's too late now.
If you don't do something, you do realize you're gonna kill the guy.
No, it's too late now. We already did it.
Yeah.
But I'm going about this more cinematically upon a success.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I do know, especially if it was a called shot. Well, Steve's done this before. He's done a called shot to the head.
Yeah.
For lethal damage before. But the surprise, the bat swings around, I guess, from the right side, and it just smacks him right in the nose. It's just, you can see a little bit of blood gush right out there.
You're body slamming into him to shut him up. Hands on the mouth and all that stuff, so he doesn't scream.
Okay, the two of you give me each a strength and athletics.
Would that be brawl or athletics?
We'll just do strength and athletics in this.
Okay. Which helps me because I don't have any brawl.
Yeah, I'm at a chance die, so this could be fun.
2.
Nada.
You slam the side of the door.
I slam into the door.
Yeah, you run into the door.
and he got nada. So basically, just impacts on his face, and he goes back. Like the bat, after hitting him in the face, hits the the door ledge and stops it, and then you guys just. Con, you find an opening. You find an opening. You can't. Listen, you're going in for it, but the bat was in your way, so you didn't quite get your push in. But Simone, you slam him down to the ground, and he's just
suspense.
Damn it, man! Cliffhangers, you're killing me. You just have to wait for his clone every time this shit happens.
Here he is.
So you slam him to the ground, and his nose, it's just blood follows through, and he falls to the ground, and he's out cold. He is out cold, and the girls are just looking up, and they're like, everybody in the room is stunned.
Yeah, I bet.
Everyone is stunned.
We are here to help you out. You will serve your lords properly. You need to stay calm and listen to what we're saying.
No calm. Actually, give me a presence and persuasion.
From all of us, or just
Okay.
I got a success.
Okay. So you're talking them down. They're listening to you. Edison?
Yeah, it was presence plus persuasion.
Yes.
I am Balzabub, your overlord.
I got 2.
All right. And Steve.
Yes.
Well, Steve, Evan. They're talking them down, and they're just like, saying what they're saying. We are your lord. You will serve us and remain quiet. However, but they're successful in grabbing their attention and keeping them quiet, and they're just stunned.
I'm going to join Evan. Thomas, keep them busy. Keep them calm.
You're the one talking.
Yeah.
I'll try keeping calm. I come forward. Bow to me. Relax.
As you're going over this, Steve, you're shuffling about.
Yeah. What do I need to roll? Or do I need to roll anything?
I'm thinking about that. What with the investigation? I don't know about that, because it's what you're looking at. You're looking at a table, and there's a couple of drawers. It's basically one big open room.
Yeah.
So I mean, with you guys talking them down, remaining calm, Steve can pretty much go and just look through what he wants.
Okay.
Now,
So you're saying there's no need to roll. Okay.
no, there's no need to roll. Not in the circumstances. No, he can go walk. He can take whatever he wants at this point.
Okay.
But,
yeah, I'm gonna look for that.
Okay.
Malice, whatever.
I'm going to test how successful we are by trying to do simple commands with the girls. See if it really worked and they're actually believing the fact that we're their overlords. Abigail, come to me.
Well, very fearfully, she's just she's kind of like crawling over to you, extremely fearfully.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Here, I know what I want to do when I get the chance.
You are my kin. I am not here to harm you. So, calm down. Be a good girl. I'm going to pull a chair. Please sit.
Okay, well, she kind of lifts herself up and she's just looking at you out of complete fear. And she sits, but the chair is like facing away from you, so she's just sitting like she's in trouble, you know? She's sitting not facing you. And
So you've been talking to our kind. Is it true? Or you've been making it up? I will know if you're lying.
I'm really scared.
Here, I want to bring over the whiskey that I had him
Oh, God.
drink the gift of the gods. I'm gonna offer.
You're gonna actually work. This is gonna work. You're gonna get him drunk. That's so funny.
I told you.
Don't get him trashed though. Just enough to get him relaxed.
Yeah.
Why is Melev's Malefica up?
Evan, looking through some of the book, through one of the drawers, you can find shuffled under papers this red little notebook that's sealed. It's like a leather sealed notebook. You see this.
Okay.
You see this, and it is, well, Malus Maleficarum, just written slightly oddly. It's written. The cover at least is written in Latin.
Right.
But if you shuffle through the book, you can see there's some notes taken, and it's in basic English.
Okay.
Is it his notes? Are you passing the book to us, Evan?
No. I'm starting to flip through it.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're busy right now.
Yeah, you guys are trying to get some underage girls drunk.
Yeah, yeah.
Betty, I'm pulling a chair for Betty as well and getting her to sit down across from Abigail.
I'm gonna try and convince them to drink from the bottle, which I took any of the markings off the whiskey bottle, so it's just a bottle, and I want to get them to drink it.
Is Spence here?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry. Take that off.
Cool.
Okay, close the door, guys.
Oh yeah. While looking at the book, I'll go over there and shut the door.
You will not get any second chances here, girls. Listen to me carefully.
Just real quick, I just want to check.
Who put you up to this? Have you sincerely made contact with us, or is somebody making you say that you are talking to the devil and you are possessed by it? Because I am the devil.
And real quick, I just want to know if they are actually drinking the whiskey or not.
If you force them to, no, they won't. They don't enjoy the taste or the smell. But if you force them to,
I wouldn't I'm not gonna shove it down their throat, but I will, command, say, drink.
Don't do any more than 2 shots, dude. You don't want them to get trashed and passed out on us.
Oh yeah.
well, they take it and they're just they're coughing and they're spitting. It's awful to them. It's awful, but they're just much too scared and maybe loosening up a little. Maybe loosening up just a little.
I'm gonna go with the booming sound. I'm asking you a question.
And I'll drop, I'll stomp my foot for dramatic effect for him. Make that booming, I'm asking you a question.
Well,
Nice.
we don't know what to do. Father's Father's so angry with us. He's just when he found us with Tituba, he was just so angry. We were scared. We're just really scared.
So you did not see any demons. You are not possessed. You're just doing what your father told you to do. Is that what you're saying?
No, Father didn't tell us to do anything.
Who told you to act the way you've been acting?
Well, we were just so scared we didn't know what to do.
So it's just you're trying to cover up for your mistake?
Well, I didn't know what to do. We didn't know what to do. We're sorry. I mean, don't...
This is a prank? This is a lie to you? You summoned us for this?
I'm gonna have my character's just gonna silently just shake his head like, oh no, you didn't.
They have no idea what to say to that.
Because
they didn't realize they don't realize that they don't realize that they summoned you. So the fact that you're saying that is just scaring the crap out of them right now.
This is what you are going to do. Since you led these puny humans to us, you will lead them away from us as well. By taking back whatever you have said and openly admitting to all your lies and implicating your reverend father in his involvement as well. You are going to confess everything that is going on. You're going to come forward with them, and you're going to clear everybody else who is innocent and has been accused because of your folly. If you don't, everybody you love will suffer. In ways you cannot begin to imagine.
But Father will disown us. We're just children. We're nothing in this town. Right now, we're something. They're listening to us. They're paying attention to us.
Would you rather be dead than be nothing?
Tell me something, girls. Do you think you will mean something in hell?
You're not ready to join us.
Oh dear
When
God.
time comes, we will have you. But you have other things you need to do in this plane.
I'm gonna look out the window, the
This
front
is your
window.
mission. If you don't follow through, everybody you love will pay for it. And you
Okay.
think hell is bad.
Now, as you're talking down to them, it's just they're looking like scolded children to you. I would think you have their full attention, and Evan, taking a look out, you see in the distance a couple of beggars. You know, the outcasts, the ones that aren't in church. Other than that, there's not much going on outside. There's nothing to be suspicious about.
Okay. I just want to make
So
sure.
repeat after me. I will recant. Say it. I will take my lies back, and I won't let
I will repent.
I won't let the subjects of my overlord suffer any longer. Only he can bring their final death to them. It is not our place. It is not your place. Only the overlord can do it, and I will not challenge his domain.
Okay, we're sorry. We'll tell them. But Father's gonna be so angry.
What will happen to you if you don't follow through with your promise to us right now? It is a pact that we are making, and your soul will belong to us. Especially if you don't deliver. I'm gonna...
Yes.
Is there any way for me to draw blood with? Is there a knife around or anything like that?
I'm gonna kind of...
There's a letter opener, perhaps, on the table.
I'm gonna cut my hand. I'm gonna take her hand, and I'm gonna cut her hand, and this is a blood pact. If you don't come through with your promises, your soul will be in forever torment.
I don't know if we should leave marks on them.
They could have done it. She did this to herself.
Okay.
I'm probably gonna. Is there anything else that we were looking for? Anything else we needed to find
The
in the
list.
building?
Well, I think I don't know what the list was in the book.
Okay.
Look for the list.
I'm really sorry about this, but this is what happens when you host. It happens to Brian when he hosts outside of.
Stop apology. It's not your fault. You're good with it. You learn to expect your clones.
Yeah.
Your
So,
asexual production is very impressive.
was the list of names inside the book that I
Yes,
found?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Are you showing the book to us now?
I've just been flipping through it while you've been talking. 'Cause
Yeah.
You've been busy talking.
And at this point,
I found the list.
Okay, is
Yeah.
the handwriting inside the list and all the other notes that he has taken are the same? The notes that he took on the book and the hand list, can you confirm that it's his handwriting?
I haven't seen his handwriting before, so I don't know.
Is there any other notes that he has taken that look like that? But it's
First, Steve.
Yeah.
Or Evan, sorry. When you're looking
Yeah.
through, you can see Tituba, Elizabeth Howe, Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne,
Uh-huh.
and Jeffrey Williams, which pops out to you because that's the only male listed there.
Yeah.
And then we have Abigail Williams, Betty Paris, and what's this? Sarah Good, Sarah Osborne.
Yeah.
And then the last one was like Martha Roberts.
Okay.
Steve.
Is there's no dates on the thing list, is there? Did he
No,
date
there-
the damn thing?
There is no dates on the fake list, no.
But the book is filled with his handwriting, right? The demon book that he took notes on it and all that stuff. He studied it.
Yeah, well, the notes yes, you would think they are his.
Is there any other notebooks around for his cursive? I want to match the cursive to confirm that it's his writing.
Steve had found. Well, he shuffled by a diary, or what he thought would you think could be one. It was like a red sealed book that was right on top of the malice.
Okay, I'm going to try to skim through the diary to see if there's anything relevant I can pick up on that implicates them.
I'm gonna kind of nudge Simone. Hey, dude, I think we might want to get out of here soon. We don't want to. I think we've scarred these women
We're not
enough.
going to be back till noon earliest, and we only been here for like 15, 20 minutes probably. And we're whispering these to each other. What I'm saying is,
Yeah.
I'm trying to read through Spencer, I'm trying to read through the diary to see if there's anything that he wrote down to implicate himself.
Oh well, if you
I'm
skim.
going to flip towards the latest pages, like the recent dates.
Okay. The latest entry is trials. Trials are to be held tomorrow after church session. Members of church have been walking out more recently. I've spoken to Tituba. I believe then all should be well, though I hope there isn't any suspicion as to how her beliefs conflict with the story she would be telling.
So he's just implicated himself.
Perfect.
That was in the latest entry.
Okay,
Now-
I'm taking the fucking diary.
Now I'm gonna
Welcome back. Steve.
Oh yeah.
kind of nudge Simone. Hey, we don't need the girls anymore, do we? Can I give them an extra dose and knock them out? You know,
Yeah.
let them.
You can
Okay.
get him drunk. That's fine.
So I'm gonna let them just kind of drink themselves until they pass
I don't
out.
want to transfer into alcohol coma, though.
Well, no, not that much, but just enough that they don't have to be subjected to this anymore.
Yeah.
Kind of a mercy drunk.
Okay, I'll let y'all talk this over quick. I'm just gonna go bathroom.
Sure. And I'm thinking for good measure, pour a little of the whiskey down the guard's mouth. so he's less likely to come to. Of course, no, that might
Yeah,
That
I
might-
don't.
Don't
Suffocated,
touch the
yeah.
guard. Don't touch the
Yeah.
guard.
Yeah.
Leave the empty bottle here. The girls are, having misbehaving. Maybe they snuck in the whiskey bottle themselves, kind of thing.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, leave it that way. This way, they did it to themselves because they're possessed, right?
Yeah.
They brought the contraband. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking. We have 3 important pieces of evidence we can use as leverage. Options we have are this. We can implicate the Reverend and blackmail him into calling everything off and letting everybody off. You go talk to the councilman, feel out how he would react to this. Okay, the choice we need to make over here. Are we going to go to the councilman with the discovery that we made? Which is dangerous because if they start adding the pieces together, they will know that all this shit possibly we did to get what we're getting. I think the best bet that we have is to blackmail the Reverend to call everything off. Get him to call his dogs off. And the way we're going to blackmail him, though, we're going to let the first day of the trial pass. At nighttime, you're going to approach him in the demon masks.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
It's going to be the devil that is going to be making the bargain with him.
Yeah. These masks are golden.
He cried for wolf, and he's going to get the wolf.
Alright, I think that sounds good. But if we wait until night, that means it's after the trial.
Yep. I don't think anything is really big going to happen on the first day of the trial to begin with. So.
And she's allegedly not supposed to die until the 30th, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. So at nighttime, you're going to approach the Reverend with our mask. Then we catch him on his own or something like that, and then we're going to blackmail him into calling everything off. That's my plan. What do you guys think?
I like it.
Yeah.
Okay, did I miss my when I?
No.
That's basically what you're
Nothing
feeling.
Yep.
I was just doing this to say because I heard something about talking to the councilman, and I just was doing this to say the councilman would be at church.
Yeah.
So I don't think you're going to go with the councilman because that's risky. They can trace back our actions and implicate us on this exchange with the guard and all that stuff.
I think wait until night and then.
Blackmail the Reverend.
Yeah.
He deserves it because he's an evil fuck, so I have no issues.
So you're waiting it out the whole day? You're not going to attend the trials?
Yeah, no, we're going to go
Yeah.
through the trials. We're going to be there as the credentialed people who are
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're going to play the good Puritans and citizens role, and then at nighttime we're going to hit the Reverend up with our findings, and then blackmail him into calling everything off.
Okay.
And clear Lisa Hull's name. We'll let him hold on to his title and everything else as long as he clears everybody out.
Right.
Everybody's name is cleared, we're good to go.
All right. Fight the good fight.
Be right back.
Oh, it's going to be really twisted because we're going to fight the good fight in the name of the devil. Because it needs to be a believable story. What I'm going to tell them is that we're doing this because we need to protect our minions.
Right on.
We're going to need them in the future. That way it'll sting even more. I told you guys the masks were going to help.
Yeah, you were right. And I told you the whiskey was going to help.
Yep, you were right too. I didn't see that. See, that's teamwork right there.
Well, see, you guys all have
I didn't see that working either, Evan. Great job.
Thank you.
You guys all have the right idea. See, I know it is a kind of a mechanically based game, but I also like to look at it as a cinematic kind of a game. So realistically, like if you were so clever as to get masks and devise plans, I mean, if they're so well thought out, they're gonna work, you know.
Well, but for out of game purposes, like in order for it to have the tension that it needs, there needs to be a possibility of us failing too, though. It can't be switching to cinematic just because it's really cool to see.
There of course there was a possibility, but I meant cinematic in the sense that, like, you know, smacking the guy with the bat, I'm going to be like, okay, 2 bashing damage.
Yep. I understand. It's all about telling the story. It's all about the drama.
Yeah, because I could have rolled 0 successes or not spent a willpower point. If I didn't spend that willpower point, I would have got probably no successes. So.
Oh, this was picture perfect, guys. Awesomeness.
Mm-hmm.
fast forward to our blackmailing of the cocksucker.
What about the trial? We might
Well, I'm
want to...
sure we got to do the trial thing.
Yeah, he wants to. Yeah.
Okay. Are we gonna fast forward to the trial? You're just gonna wait it out for a few hours?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll pull out... I'll find some water in a kettle and brew up some instant coffee.
Huh?
Always my priority.
Oh, while you're in there, yeah, I'm sure you can find a pot and some.
I'm gonna
You can heat up.
prop the unconscious guard up and make sure, to the best of my ability, that he doesn't swallow his tongue or anything like that. Make sure he doesn't die.
And for the record, I was suggesting I find a kettle and some water somewhere other than here. I don't really want to hang out at the scene of the crime too long.
Yeah, no.
This was so insanely sublime because I did not see baseball bat, scary masks, and whiskey coming together to solve. Turned into one of those crazy adventure games from the past, like Secret of the Monkey Island or something like that.
It is what you make it. All right. Okay. So you can see it's about noon. Time's passed. You've gotten the hell out of where you were. You're like, well, we're out of here now.
Yeah.
You're gone. I mean, luck to your luck, most people within Salem are the churchgoers, and they were all at church. So you didn't. It was a perfect time. You didn't arouse any suspicion at all.
Cool.
You get out of noon comes, and you can see everybody's congregating. There's a lot of talking. Some people are even yelling. The general sense of excitement as everybody's making their way from the church next door to the courthouse. The doors are open, and the court is about to be in session.
All right.
Now, I guess then you're taking the masks off before you go in.
Yep. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We're walking through the town with the masks on.
Just hanging out, you know.
Yeah.
Now you can see as you go in, there's a whole crowd of people. There's a reserved area on the side for the jury, for you guys included. Now there's the way you're not sure how the trials might be handled, but there's 5 people up there now. The little girls, they're sitting there, white as ghosts.
Yeah, probably a little hungover too.
Yeah, and they're sitting there on the chairs, and they're just staring. And there's a man, and there's 4 women, Tituba and Elizabeth Howe included, are standing there at the court. There's about 7 of them. William
Right.
Phipps and 6 others in the council, and Samuel Parris is kind of standing in the far corner. He's got his Bible clenched, and he's just he's looking like this, just attentively. So, well, we shall begin. He smacks the gavel onto the table. Now, first order of business, we bring the accused Sarah Good to the stand. And Sarah Good is just, full of fear, and they immediately just begin shooting their questions. The crowd, even people in the jury, are screaming, "Witch, witch!" And she's just nodding and yelling, screaming, "I'm not a witch!" And they're asking her questions. What kind of pact have you made with the devil? This book, did you sign the devil's book as was claimed? Whom do you consult with? And her answer is just pure denial the whole way through.
I'm gonna kind of nudge the guys next to me and whisper, "Hey, that devil's book, did you hear about that before? Or did I miss that part? Is that maybe the book that we found, or?"
Oh yeah, it is the book that we found. That's
Could
what
be.
Tutuba was talking about. As soon as he realized it was something concocted by his daughters, he decided that he's going to make sure he knows what he's talking about so he can get the slave to know what she's talking about to properly implicate people.
Okay.
Is the impression that I got. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know. That's what I think.
Okay.
That sounds right. The Devil's Book, though, it's like it's some obscure thing. It's part of the Malice book. It was part of that.
Oh, you got him by the balls, guys. Something really fucked up happens.
Now, she's denying, and then, you know, the judge just William Phipps smacks the gavel. Okay. Do we have any claims of spectral evidence in the court? And he looks around, and then one or two girls. Now Abigail and Betty normally they are extremely adamant, but there's like one or two others. So she bit me, she pinched me, and I had a dream, and she assaulted me. And she's just nodding, and the girls are Abigail and Betty are just kind of they're looking blankly, and this is throwing everybody off. And the judge looks over. Girls, is there no feeling? Do you not feel any effect of you?
Suspense.
God damn it! It's always at the perfect time too. That's what ticks me off.
It's like it knows.
Yeah.
Just at the right moment, right on the hook.
It's really annoying for me to just be talking and that thing just blank out on me.
We were talking about the fact that it just clones right on the cliffhanger too. Right now you're getting ready to say something juicy, it goes off.
Yeah. So see, girls, and they're just silent. Something doesn't seem right. Now, as you all know, the girls have been showing symptoms. Little Abigail's even bitten her lip to the point of bleeding in reaction. But there are no reaction, girls, and they're just staring, dead silent. Now make a perception roll, everybody.
And you.
I fail. I see nothing.
I got a success.
I got shit.
I won this one.
Evan, looking around, you notice right away, when the girls aren't reacting, Samuel looks really worried. He's staring over like he wants to say something, like his lip is twitching, and he's getting angry.
Yeah, okay.
He's getting very angry.
That Bin Laden.
Now, and he starts making his way over to the girls, actually. So I'd like to interrupt for a second. Now,
Sure.
he goes over. Now, everybody's looking in awe, and he's saying, say something. He's beginning to yell at them. Say something! For Christ's sake. Literally. I'm not using it in vain. I'm not using it in vain. It's, you know, and they're just their lips. They're kind of like biting their lower lip. But they're so nervous, like they're trying to keep from crying. They're trying to keep from crying almost. Do we have? Okay, Reverend Paris, take a seat, or go back to your corner.
Back to your
He's
corner.
not in. He is not happy. Do we have any other evidence? We've already established her teat bleeds. Spectral evidence is one thing, but we're lacking evidence here. Am I going to have to convene this court? Convene? Convene means...
Dismiss the trial.
Yeah.
Am I going to have to dismiss this particular trial? Nothing. Dismissed. Put her aside.
Oh.
Said, take a seat. Elizabeth Howe to the stand. Now Elizabeth goes up and she's pretty calm. And again, we've established Elizabeth Howe has the witch's teeth. There are many claims of her assaulting people within spectral evidence. The girls claim that she is a witch, as she has assaulted Abigail many times through spectral evidence. Now, girls, do you care to elaborate on this? And again, completely thrown off. They're not flailing. They're not twisting their heads. They're not rolling their eyes. They're not screaming. Nothing. They're just staring blank. Do we have any other claims? Actually, your evidence. And he looks towards the three of you. We have some outsider evidence concerning disease. Do you care to bring this forward?
Yes. We are here to quarantine Lisa Howell and make sure that possibility of the disease that she's carrying doesn't become contagious. So if she is to be acquitted of what she's being charged with, we are to escort her to proper care. Back to where she came from, in the old country.
Very well. Now, seeing as your evidence could possibly prove a greater threat to us than spectral evidence, unless there is anybody who can oppose this, I do not see a successful trying of this woman.
How does old Reverend look at this point?
He's not happy. In fact, he blurts out. He just yells from across the room. No, this is not right. Council, dismiss. We shall continue this another day. Clearly there's a problem. The girls are not feeling well. They've probably fallen extremely sick to this twisted witchcraft. We must... And then the judge slams the gavel. You know, silence. Shut the hell up. Now he's not happy. The Reverend storms out.
Nice.
And everybody, it's a gasp. It's like as if somebody is walking out of the Reverend's ceremony. Somebody walking out of a trial like this when they were not excused. Bad news.
Right.
I see no further reason. We have evidence of a disease that, even though it's not so apparent at this time, we have nothing to work with otherwise. This is hereby dismissed, and people are screaming and booing left and right.
Oh, we're going to quarantine Lisa Howell right away. We're going to escort her out of there. I'm going to go and, with your permission, we would like to start quarantining her right away.
Okay. All I asked was that you stand here for Elizabeth Howe, and I apologize for having wasted your time. Clearly there is something amiss here, and we have no reason to hold her. If you feel so inclined, if she is willing to go with you, you are dismissed if you'd like to leave, or you can continue the trials. But you are free to go, if you like.
The trials are going to continue?
There's still two more people to go on the stand, Tituba and one of the males.
Very well. Thank you for your kind consideration and help throughout this whole ordeal.
Okay. He nods, and it's up to you guys if you want to continue or...
Well, we're going to take Lisa Howell out of there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then we're going to get ready for our blackmailing session with the fucko because we promised to do that we're going to do. So...
Yeah, I think we escort her out of there.
Yeah. And, like, so Lisa, you are safe now. Is there any questions you have for us? We will be taking you to a safer place where you can continue on with your life from now on without any interference from any zealots of any shape or form.
Now, she feels so relieved, and she's just thanking you, and she's trying to respond, but her vision's going over your shoulder.
Or what?
She's looking over your shoulder. Like,
Oh,
she's
boy.
about to say something, and she's just like, she stops.
Oh boy.
And what's she
Turn
looking
around.
at?
Yeah.
You're tracking.
Yeah. And there's a reverend coming from the distance.
Oh boy.
He's got like his own gavel with him.
Oh boy.
And he's waving it in the air, and he's pissed off, and he's screaming, and it gets the attention of some of the crowd. The crowd just gathers up in front of the church, and he's yelling, "This is blasphemy! Thou shalt not suffer a witch to live. This is not how it's supposed to be."
Where's the councilman in all this? Is he around?
He's making his way through the crowd. The crowd kind of busted out of there, so you can expect the
Okay, I'm
councilman.
going to approach the councilman. Evan, do you have the book with you?
Yeah.
We got to act fast. I'm going to approach the councilman.
I'll toss you the book, and I'll stay with Hal.
Yeah, I'll stay with her too.
I'll see if and I start looking to see if there's maybe a back room or a back way out that or something like that. While he, I'm not leaving the area, but I'm looking around, seeing, while he's talking to the councilman.
Thomas, get the gun ready, dude.
Now you want
Gotcha.
you want it to go back into the courthouse, is what you mean, Steve?
Oh, did we manage to get her out of there? I thought we hadn't moved her yet.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you guys moved out.
We
Yeah,
left
that's
the
what I thought.
This is happening outside. A mob is...
Oh. Oh, okay. I was sorry. Just
What is the councilman doing?
The councilman's probably making his way through the crowd, but there's like
Trying
200
to
people.
stop them? What's going on? Is he...
Well, there's like 200 people, like a mob of 200 people.
What about the security, the guards, and the officials, like the city people? Like they were supposed to be guarding these.
Yes, they're gathering around. There was a few of them in the
Are they
courthouse.
trying to stop them?
No, the mob is just gathered outside, like as to look over, to see what Samuel was.
Oh, okay. I thought they were getting ready to form a lynch mob or something.
Well, no, not exactly.
not yet.
But
Okay, so I'm going to hit the brakes. I'm not going to proceed with showing the stuff to the councilman, but I'm watching like a hawk. It starts going Ari. I'm going to act on it in the way that, you know what? What do you, Thomas, you think you
Yes.
should whisper some sweet warnings to certain reverends' ears about, like, we know what he's all about and all that stuff?
You think we should?
Add to the list, and, we have the evidence to implicate him so he can shut the fuck up?
You want me to do that?
Or should we hold off and see how this plays out? Because I'm worried that it might turn into a lynch mob, and then they might take her out. And our whole purpose of being here could go down the drain. It's a risk situation. Do we wait, or do we proceed?
If we do something now, it'll give away that we know something.
Yeah. But if we wait, there's a chance that it might turn into a lynch. Okay, you know what? Let's watch. Observe.
Yeah. Right.
But get your gun ready and get ready to get her out of here. We might need to escape out of here.
Yeah.
I'm ready.
good. All right, now Reverend is he's gathered the attention of people coming out of the courthouse, and he's screaming, "The trials, they must go on. There is nothing. Get them ready, get them ready." And he's signaling over, and you can see the councilman there, William Phipps, is just like he pops out and he's like, Reverend, we do not have substantial evidence to continue with. And the Reverend argues, you would defy the word of God. We are to try them regardless and to put them within God's hands, but they must be tried. If they are witches, they cannot be left to live. If you will not do something about this, I will.
I'm going to speak up. Could we be... Let the calmer heads prevail. Why don't we sleep on this and reconvene tomorrow when we are not all hot and bothered and do things that are going to be rash? Nobody's going anywhere. Everybody will be, who's accused, will be under house guard or whatever kind of guard that you want to put over them. But let's not make any rash decisions right now. There's much more at stake here than what you all are considering that needs to be taken care of right away in, passion and all that. And we don't want innocent people to suffer for no good reason. Let's just sleep on it, and then we will reconvene and continue tomorrow.
Now, the Reverend. Governor Phipps, loyal counsel, do not see... Look into the eyes of my daughter and niece. Do they look normal to you? Now, I've allowed these strangers into my house, and look what's happened. I think...
Saw that one.
I think they are
I'm just
working
gonna
with
have
them.
my hand. I'm having my hand a little closer to where the gun is. Just FYI.
I think that they are in on this. And I believe they should be dealt with now.
Do you have any evidence?
Well, look upon the eyes of my daughters, and he signals everybody to look.
Good night, Daddy.
Speaking of daughters.
Aww.
Aww.
Sorry. Yeah. Look upon their eyes. Now, we all agree that they've been acting abnormal, but look what has happened since these strangers have arrived. Do you not think they are acting even less regular than before?
The conversation we had with your daughters were under your observation. They never left your sight. You never let us do anything that you would not approve. Is this not the truth? Were you or were you not there when we were interacting with your children?
I let you gain audience with them, but I believe that you have some kind of subtle ability that I'm not aware of. How is it that my daughters are not able to function properly?
Your daughters aren't saying anything. How are we related to that outcome in any way? When all we did was have a conversation with them in your presence.
Reverend, our business here is only with Elizabeth Howe. It has nothing to do with your daughters, and we did nothing but ask them a few simple questions.
In front of your eyes. We were never alone with them.
Seems to me more like you might have paranoia issues if you're lashing out at strangers without any evidence whatsoever.
If you have factual, concrete evidence, bring them forward. Otherwise, stop accusing people.
Very well. If you would all just let me head into the courthouse, just give me a moment, I will be back. I believe I may have something.
Actually, let's have a conversation in the courthouse, because I'm pretty sure that you're curious about our dealings in this town as well. I would like to have a moment with you.
If you must, but I wish that you would let me go, and I will try to measure with you, and I may have some evidence. If need be, if I just be allowed to go into the courthouse.
Well, I would love to come to the courthouse with you to see this evidence before it is brought up from the thin air, if you know what I mean.
If you must. If anybody wishes to come.
Very well.
Let's proceed.
Okay. Now, the Reverend goes he seems pretty calm, considering. Maybe he feels a little relieved. Okay, guys, 5-minute warning, so I can start this back up if you want.
Start it back up, dude.
Yeah, pretty soon I'm probably going to have to go. I got another early morning.
Yeah, I have a little bit left myself.
Yeah, we can go going on for like another 15, 20 minutes, 30 minutes probably, right?
Yeah, I'd say I could probably do another about 20 minutes.
Yeah, that's about as much as I could do, but then, yeah, that'd be good.
Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to end this here, and I'm going to start a new one.
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.